Yeah.
We're here.
Hey everybody, happy Halloween and welcome to Threeflings, the only show on Twitch with what? Threeflings is a collection of one-shot adventures from the Uncaged Anthology, but that doesn't matter tonight because tonight is the Threeflings Halloween Spooktacular and we are playing Oops All Draculas.
Today we have Threeflings!
So without further ado, let's meet our Draculas, starting by welcoming back our special guest, Christina. It's been a while. Welcome back. Hello.
Hello. Hi, I'm Christina, and I will be playing DJ Bats, our techno vampire.
Oh yeah.
DW, what's up? Welcome to the show.
Hi.
Tell us about your Dracula.
I'll be playing a Nosferatu vampire called Morley. And yeah, he's a bit of like a trash vampire, you know, just spending time in the sewers, but cleaning up, you know, not making trash. He's sorting it out.
It's very helpful of him.
I like it.
Yeah, very helpful.
Hey, Jazz. Welcome
Hey!
back. Tell us about your Dracula.
Hey, I'm Draz. I'm playing Wendy. She's a creepy little girl who absolutely has not been around for a century and is actually older than she looks. She's just a small, creepy girl that appears out of nowhere when you least expect her.
Dan, tell us about your Dracula.
I'm going to be playing Ariadne Lovelace, our sentimentalist vampire.
And Ink, tell us about your Dracula.
My name is Ink. I have not played a Dracula actually. Tonight I am playing Fern Meadoway, an Ovalist Witch.
And our other witch, Gwen, tell us about yourself. Tell us about your witch.
I'm playing Lenore, our resident goth witch. She has magic, and she won't let that stop her from starting trouble with her raccoon familiar I have not named yet.
What was her name?
Also named Crouton.
Also named Crouton. Lenore is my character's name.
That's what I thought it was.
Yeah.
Okay, cool.
Cause I like the idea that she met this raccoon while, like, the raccoon was holding some croutons.
Beautiful.
Like, yeah, that's Crouton.
Alternate
Yeah,
universe
moldy
Crouton.
Ah.
A Uton.
All right, and there's everybody. And tonight I am your Dracula master, and I'm everybody. And let's get started. You all live in this horrible house together. Why don't you tell me about your house? Is it a spooky gothic mansion? Is it a high-rise apartment, tiny trailer? What kind of place is this house?
Are we
No
all
question.
living here? Because if so, I veto the apartment.
You all live here together.
I vetoed the trailer because there's a lot of us.
Yeah.
Tell me
It
about
just
your
needs-
home.
It just needs a basement for me. It's my only request.
Okay, I'm just going to take the reins here. This is my family home. You all
Okay.
have been invited here for some reason or other.
It's a pretty old family home, isn't it?
Mm-hmm. It probably could use some work. I don't think I've lived here for a while. Anywhere from 50 to 75 years. But, yeah, so it's probably very haunted house looking.
I like it.
All right. Well, Ariadne,
Oh, yeah.
I'll start with you. What type of protection does your house have? Like wards, animal defenses, brambles, gravestones in the front that make people trip and fall?
A shotgun.
Ooh.
I thought you were just saying like a shotgun in the front yard.
Just Kevin from Home Alone.
No.
Oh my god, are we overloading this house?
I was
We
about
were
to say,
doing what we do in
somebody
the
boobies up
shadows,
the
but
front door.
okay.
I should get started first. Some content warnings. As we are dealing with Draculas and witches, tonight's content warnings are blood, manipulation, death, and undeath, as those things are likely to be on the table. Continue.
As in Home Alone.
So, I would say there are definitely probably climbing roses along the walls. Definitely some things that will prevent people, dastardly rogues, from climbing in the upper stories and stealing my stuff, because that is just rude.
Okay.
I can also say below the house that connects to the sewers, we've got a sentinel that can stop anyone coming in from the sewers, if that's what some human wishes to do. Her name is Dorothy, and she's a sewer alligator. That's my familiar.
Oh, good.
I was just gonna say, in the front of the house, there's also probably a lot of, like, weirdly thriving flowers, like, in the front yard. Kind of I'm imagining this is like an Addams Family house, but there's, like, a bunch of, daisies, like Gerber daisies and chrysanthemums and things in the front yard, too.
There's also definitely decorations that are, like, skulls with candles in them and stuff, but they're like the ones that you get at Michael's the week before Halloween when all the good ones have been picked over. So they're black styrofoam and kind of glittery.
Yeah.
You can't light the candles because you'll melt the styrofoam. But you know, she's trying.
Oh my god. In the yard, I think there's a tree with one of those tire swings hanging off it, and it seems like normal, but like if you get too close to it, it will swing on its own to just slap you in the face.
Oh my god.
Creepy. Yeah, when there's no wind and it's just like
Yeah.
Yep. Oh no, an ominous tire swing.
I think there's some neon signs just randomly scattered that just say random things, just anything.
Just anything.
One of those in the bathroom that says "Don't do coke in the bathroom," you know, that kind of thing.
Please don't do coke in our bathroom.
Don't do coke in the bathroom. Do it in the kitchen.
I love how we have two witches, but no mention of magical protections on the house. It's just like
okay.
Plant.
There's also spells.
Herbalist. The things I do are nurture the weed plants and grow the flowers. I'm not here to put a protection on the house. I'm here to make the good stuff.
I imagine
I
imagine we get into daily arguments about what kind of plants actually belong in the yard, and you continually ignore my advice.
Oh, I do not care what you have to say about it. If I see it at, like, Home Depot, it's on clearance and it looks like it's going to die, it's going in the front yard.
I continually request Deadly Nightshade, but I can't tell what that looks like, so you can just tell me whatever, and I'll be like, thank you.
I'll have one tomato.
You requested Deadly Nightshade, but you didn't specify, so there's just tomato plants?
Yeah, I was gonna say, yeah, there will be tomato in the backyard.
So, why are children afraid of the house?
Me.
You're the creepy kid on the block.
I just, I like to, like, look at kids that walk past, just, like, stare at them unblinking, and go, come play with me. That gets rid of people pretty quickly, actually.
I will also say that I do have a pet jackalope, so I have a feeling that maybe one of those children lost their soul at one point. Maybe blamed it on the creepy childlike figure that hangs out in the front yard, but it was definitely not.
What's going on in Nightbot? I'm so salty at them right now. Okay. Any other reasons kids are afraid of the house?
If they were cool, they wouldn't be.
I said, are there any other reasons?
Maybe all the kids are preps and they can't handle our vibes.
We stick our middle fingers up at them.
We stick our middle fingers up at children when they go by.
We've got a field of flowers followed by extremely haunted house vibes.
So besides yourselves and your familiars, what creepy thing lives inside the house?
Looks
Why
at DW.
won't it leave? And why do you like it?
Looks at DW.
DW is also in the house.
No, looking at DW's Nosferatu in the basement who doesn't pay rent but makes good, like, goulash or some shit.
This is outside of our characters, so it's just DW themselves is also in the house.
Yeah.
DW is one of the weirdly, like, supportive familiars. It's like, it's okay, don't worry about it.
Oh.
DW, if you are the thing that lives in the house, how do you present?
Oh, I just realized that DW was muted.
Oh no!
Oh yeah, you're muted, love.
DW, no! Speak
I
to
thought I
us,
muted myself.
DW!
I was basically saying what everyone else was saying. I'm like, me? Actual me?
You sound less than happy about it for some reason.
I guess I would just like wander around, making coffee with booze in it, and in like an hoodie. It's probably like the scary part. I don't know, playing metal all the time. I don't think I'm that creepy. I like bones though. But I feel like that's vampire.
You eat
Yeah, maybe that's
bones.
it. Yeah, maybe I just like I keep ordering bones off eBay and Wish and stuff. Which
The Tumblr Bone Witch energy.
Oh no!
yeah.
You're the one who got a human toe off of Tumblr.
Yeah.
Oh, where's my pile of teeth? I got a pile of teeth here somewhere. I should have watched.
Oh no.
No.
I was like,
Oh no.
is my vampire gonna need this pile of teeth? No. Little did I know that DW would need a pile of teeth.
Okay, so DW is in the house with a pile of teeth.
Mm-hmm.
Hell yeah.
All baby teeth. All
And I
baby
feel
teeth.
like David is around a lot as well, visiting.
Good.
Yes.
I like how we've integrated this with real life.
I know,
Yeah.
right?
These people are
Yeah.
canon.
Immersive.
They exist.
And that's probably what scares the kids away. Just like just spooky music coming from the house and just strange packages being delivered.
David
Yeah,
has said
like
that he is
packages-
there all the time cooking in the kitchen.
I
Yeah.
love it.
It's like the packages like have weird leaky things, smell bad, like all the things that you're just like, oh, these packages are suspicious. Like they have like hazard stickers all over them.
Yeah, like nicotine for my vape juice, yep.
Oof.
Thank you for the sub, Z-Late. By the way.
Yes, thank you.
Creepy vape juice.
All right.
Spooky.
What's broken inside of the house?
A freezer.
I was gonna say the
no!
heater.
Oh, that's the worst thing.
I mean, what
Freezer.
isn't broken inside this house? I haven't lived here in 75 years, and I haven't kept up with the upkeep.
How does the house annoy everyone on your block? How is your your neighbors, your home association bothered by your house?
Oh, it breaks
DJ.
all the rules, but it was grandfathered in.
Yeah.
So
It's
Oh,
my
DJ Baz, yeah, I think would be just pumping.
Yeah.
Just that the whole neighborhood has a like
Yes.
like it
I was gonna
vibrates
say.
through the road.
I was gonna
there's
say, I think the only
also
fair enough. That would be the most annoying thing.
there's very often Rocky Horror Nights in the backyard with the projector
Yeah.
as well.
yeah. I was
And
gonna
is
say,
it only Draculas that go to that? Or do you invite humans too?
Hello, that's how you get
You need to-
food.
Okay.
Sure.
I think the only one that the homeowners association likes is Fern because they plant flowers to try to make the house look more presentable.
Yep.
Oh,
You're the only one even attempting to make.
Oh, I'm not doing it for them. They're just like, can you talk to your housemates? And I'm like, I mean, they do what they do.
I mean, like, yes, physically I am capable of speaking to them. That doesn't mean they'll listen or that, anything
Yeah,
will
like-
happen.
What do
And-
you want me to do?
lastly, for each of you, what is your favorite part of the house and why?
I'd say the attic. I
Okay.
think the studio up there.
Uh,
I think I got.
if we have
Oh, sorry.
Go ahead. Go ahead.
I think I got DJ Baz's help setting up like a karaoke machine. And so that's my favorite part. I only sing 2 Evanescence songs just over and over and over again. So sometimes it's also the thing that's broken.
Which ones?
Wake me up inside. Also Avril Lavigne.
Of course.
But
God.
not like from her
This is
sellout
in
album.
high school.
Yeah.
So were you like turned in 2003?
Yes.
She's a witch. She's a witch. She's
Oh, yeah,
not
wait.
Because
Okay, you're a witch.
This was exactly me in 2000.
You're a
yeah,
witch.
because
You-
DW was
okay.
literally in the house. So I like to imagine that DW does karaoke.
Yes.
I'm thinking we
Yeah,
have.
to Avril Lavigne, Hundo P.
I'm thinking we have like 3 different eras of music going on in the house at the same time. We've got the DJ, we've got the 2000s, and then we've got Ariadne in the attic with classical music.
Morally loves classical music as well.
Sometimes Wendy just sings Ring Around the Rosies real ominously.
Oh no.
Yeah.
DJ's taken samples of all of this. I have a grand plan and a grand goal to mix it all together.
I'd say Morley's favorite room is the basement. It is kind of like decked it out, so it's quite like bohemian, and has like bits of trash that's been repurposed, like an old record player that he's fixed, and he plays classical symphony as well, but records he's found, so they all have that wobbly, like eerie strangeness about it. So, but he likes to visit Ariadne and listen to music together because Ariadne has a nicer record player and collection.
Okay.
Of course.
I'm gonna say at least for Fern, there's probably like a little sunroom that is like absolutely filled with plants, and it's definitely always much more humid than the rest of the house. And Fern just likes to sit in there and like spritz plants all day.
A moon? Is it a sunroom or a moon room?
Yes, depending on what time of day it is.
And I guess that would be a room that only you and Lenore could really go into.
Yeah.
I never go in there. It is.
It at night.
I
Yeah,
never
that's
go
when
in
it
there.
becomes
It
a
is.
moon room.
It is so bad for your
The
hair.
vampires go in there.
It would undo my
I think-
hours of flat ironing if I went in there.
Oh yeah, like you can tell I can't do it with my actual hair anymore because my hair is fresh and clean, but like you can imagine how puffy the hair gets after like a couple hours in there.
Little
I
bits
love
of
it.
leaves, petals in there.
I think Wendy's favorite room is literally just her room, which is this like repurposed nursery, which is some reason there before, and it's just like this, like it's just very different from the rest of the house. So like all the wallpapers are like bright pink, and there's like all of these, there's the most stereotypical small child room with like like different colored building blocks with like the alphabet on it, and it's like. Wendy is physically 12, but like even this is just like even smaller child stuff. And,
Yeah.
and like there's like a rocking horse there that she likes to ride on. And it's just, yeah. I think she just entertains herself with like games a lot. But like not video games.
And how old is Wendy actually?
She is 117, which was
That's
when Peter and Wendy was first like debuted as a play.
Ah,
She's the Wendy.
Dang.
Who knows? She always calls herself Wendy. And she says that she was sired by someone named Peter, and it's like I don't know if this is this is just because you like the book or if you're actually that Wendy.
Is she
She
doing a
never
bit?
is
We can't
unclear.
tell.
Grew up. DJ Bats, what's your favorite part of the house?
It is a tie between the kitchen where I do all my science experiments, and I think there's like a shed that is where I have my DJ stuff set up. So I'll go out there at night under darkness. I think I'm thinking about a tunnel, making a tunnel so I can go out there during the day, but I'm sleeping most of the time, so
I like it.
yeah.
So we've got a house. Let's set up some bonds. Figure out how all of you met each other. And you can just pick, like, grab a couple of each other and just say how you know him or what
Yeet.
annoys you about each other.
I think I met Fern when we were trying to kidnap raccoons together. Like independently, but the same group of raccoons. We were just like, pss, pss, pss. So that's how we met. And then we were like, oh, you like witch things? I like witch things. And Lenore has been following them around ever since. Like, we just need one more. We can have a coven.
I think that Wendy and Morley are teleporting buddies because they both have powers. Like, Wendy is technically like super speed, but she like appears instantaneously, so it's basically the same. And Morley can like
we would definitely hang out.
Corpses and stuff. So I think that they met somehow that way. And like, even if they're very different people, they still bonded over that.
I would say maybe. Would any of you be going to the sewers much?
Oh, probably. For like mushrooms and things, yes.
Literally never.
Yeah, that'd say that's maybe that's how you found me after I was turned. Because I was only turned. I'm only like. Okay, so Morley appears to be in his 40s, but his actual age is 52. So he's only been a vampire for a few years.
Yeah, Morley's the youngest one, right?
Yeah, probably the youngest one. Yeah.
Fun. Actually makes the Wendy and Morley dynamic fun because Wendy looks tiny, but she's over a century old. So there's like an inverse there, and I think that's really fun.
Yeah. And Morley, after got turned into a Nosferatu, doesn't remember anything about his previous life. So he's like a babe in the woods vampire kind of thing.
Aww.
Yes.
So definitely would know Fern. And every time Morley would find like weird fungus and stuff in the sewer, he'll be like, "Found a new thing," and bring it to you.
Yes, and then probably maintain this relationship.
Mm-hmm.
Probably.
And
what? Good.
Oh, yeah, there you go.
I was gonna say probably have definitely sold some of the more experimental potions to DJ Bats for their parties.
Yeah.
To be like, here, this might help. Not fully sure how, but it might.
I test the goods myself. Everything. I'll test it. Don't worry. I think I knew. Zan's. I think I knew
Ariadne?
Yeah, I think I knew Ariadne. Because I don't think DJ Bats used to be so DJ Bats. They're also kind of older. So I think maybe they've changed a lot, but have just stuck with Ariadne.
I like that idea.
Following you around, and I don't know if you like it or not. You might be like, get this away from me.
Remember when they used to play the cello?
I think it's a bit of both. Because the thing is, as the sentimentalist vampire, I feel drawn to make connections with people, but don't feel like I deserve those connections. So even when you're being irritating, I'm just like, but this is the price I pay for having a true friend.
So DJ Bats has gone from Interview with a Vampire Lestat to Queen of the Damned Lestat, and Ariadne is Louis.
Yes. But basically what I was thinking, since it looks like I have the most bonds available, I was thinking, while I know DJ, perhaps we arrived at the house to find all of you squatting. So maybe I didn't know the majority of you before then, or even any of you. And DJ probably convinced me to let you all stay. And I pretend like I don't care and that I want you all gone. But secretly, I'm pleased you want to stay in my house.
Oh.
And I'd be really lonely if you all left.
Oh.
Oh, that's really cute.
Aw,
Lenore absolutely
Baka.
thinks that you are her best friend because you get her. You understand what it's like.
I do. Of course. How could I not after being I mean, a lady does not disclose her exact age, but I'm obviously older than all of you, and that is what counts.
I'm 15. I just have an old soul.
I was born in the wrong era.
I was born in the wrong era.
So bad.
I was a teenager in 2008, but I should have been a teenager in 2003 when music was good. Before Avril
I just-
sold out.
I also just want to note that the potions that Fern is giving to DJ Bats absolutely look like they're gonna fuck you apart. It's definitely just like either Aspen or a placebo. Because I cannot make literally anything else.
And they pretend it gets them just completely blitzed every time.
It just gives you like sort of like natural energy, like carrot, ginger, celery shake kind of stuff.
Yeah, it's kind of like airborne, like that foaming vitamin C shit, where it really doesn't
Yeah.
do
Oh my
anything,
God.
it just looks like it does. It's that.
Now I'm just imagining people like snorting airborne. Please don't do that.
Don't, no. Mm-mm. No, we don't endorse that here. For legal reasons, that is a joke.
I literally said the opposite of endorsing it.
Yes.
Since Xan has established that, like, the two witches, me and Morley and me,
Oh my
were
gosh.
squishing in this house, that
One of us died at the
made made me remember that, oh yeah, the two witches are younger, because, like, when we were setting this up, we were like, oh my god, so many of these characters are teenagers, and I'm realizing that, like, I think Wendy met, like, both of the witches while they were, Fern was, like, gathering plant stuff, and Wendy just, like, teleported behind them and just was just like, what are you doing? And, like, Fern, like, wasn't as creeped out as, like, humans are. And, like...
Yeah. I'd like to imagine that at least at this point, Fern is like one of those like 20-year-olds you see bumming around like at the mall. Like they're very clearly trying to like sell you cigarettes for something. But like you do that and Fern is like, oh, you're like my cousin. You're like one of those weird kids. I get that.
Yeah, so, like, just oddly bonded just because that you're not as creeped out by me and I keep on, like, appearing behind you and you're not bothered.
Yeah, because it's just like, again, it's what my cousin does. It's normal. Aren't all kids like this?
And I imagine, like, something similar with, Lenore, just this creepy kid that just, like,
Lenore,
there, but you're so gothic, TM.
yeah,
that, you know.
Lenore at first was just like, I am not a babysitter. I'm too old for that now. But then was like, this kid has good vibes. She can stick around.
I'm 15. I'm too old to babysit.
That's like a middle schooler thing, and I am multiple years into high school, so
You're like a year and a half into high school.
that's more than one.
It's like slightly.
I love this house. Okay. So it's Draculas, you wake up. It's nighttime. Witches. It's getting a little bit close to dinner time. Lenore, you're if you go to school, you've been home for a little bit. And yeah, it is probably 7 p.m. What's everybody doing?
I'm cleaning my alligator, Dorothy, just like with a toothbrush, like cleaning her scales and listening to some like wobbly symphony in the background in my basement. Got like a little like light,
Oh my
those
God.
little connected kind of spray things. She loves it.
Hell yeah.
I'm just imagining the opening scene of What We Do in the Shadows, the movie, where it's like Viago opening the curtain. He's like, yes, nighttime. And that's like that's basically like what Fern is doing. And then she like walks over and then like shakes DJ Bats and like is like, it's nighttime.
I
The beats
imagine-
rise.
I imagine it has one of those systems where there's a bell pull to let Ariadne know when it's nighttime.
Oh,
If
110%.
anyone
Oh,
needs to
yeah.
pull it.
Yeah. Yes. And then I'd like to imagine that much like like something that is nocturnal, I would like to imagine that Morley's up like most of the time during the day, but because he's in the basement, he doesn't realize that it's not
Yeah.
nighttime.
100%.
So he's already up.
I was gonna say Morley, with his like dream weaving powers, he just like abstains from sleep. So Morley's pretty much awake all the time, just puttering around,
That's why we
exploring the
don't need alarms
sewers.
on the house, because Morley's
Yeah.
awake. That's the argument.
And just feeds off people's dreams to sleep. Like, just that's his version of sleep. Is like, oh well, I just just
And-
absorb their sleep energy.
Do you
It says
feed
you have
off
most
your
women-
housemates?
No,
Okay.
Morley's
Just
a
the
provider.
neighborhood.
Scream from down the street.
Yeah, so he just runs around the sewers in the neighborhood, just kind of like, just absorbing kind of dream energy where he can, and then just trolleys full of trash in the sewers.
Mr.
Taking it.
Electric, he ate my dream.
What's going on with Wendy?
I think that like one of the first things she does after she wakes up is she FaceTimes Belle, who is her so-called legal guardian. Belle is this adult woman who she wants to have kids, she failed to have kids, and now she is this really sad lady that like she knows that Wendy is a vampire, and she knows that that Wendy is not her kid, but Wendy is her unhealthy coping mechanism for wanting children. So,
Oh,
yeah. So one of the first things that Wendy does is FaceTime Belle, because Belle doesn't live in the house because she has her own life mostly, and they just have a chat, and it's just like, oh yeah, it's like a mother-daughter FaceTime, except it's not really.
Oh, all right. And Lenore, what are you doing?
I think I come home from a day of playing hooky from school, and I was standing around in the park, just sort of being like a hooligan, and like I had my journal, and I was like, you know, drawing like the like upside down pentagram thing, and just like glaring at anyone who got too close, and was feeling just, you know, really like full of existential ennui, which is a word I learned from Ariadne. And then I came home and am going to ask Wendy to help me with my calculus homework later. Thanks in advance.
Nick, what do you do when you wake up?
I was that me?
Yes.
Okay.
You get pulled.
So it's definitely one of those things where she wakes up and has like a coffee maker all set, but it's for tea, and she basically has a tea and scone like set out, even though she doesn't eat the scone.
The aesthetic.
Yeah,
It's the
it's
aesthetic.
important.
And it's the morning routine that she goes through in order to wake up. And she does have like a little bit of I imagine like she's figured out how to do like deep tea in blood, or like herbs in blood, and just has that every morning.
I like how you're just describing Zan's morning routine, but transposed 12 hours.
the shade of it all.
But I don't do it while listening to classical music.
Oh.
DJ Bats, you get woken up. What's the first thing you do?
First thing is check the vibe. what is the vibe for the playlist today? And I'm feeling an energy. I'm feeling some excitement. I'm feeling like something good's gonna. Is something important happening tonight? What? Why am I feeling like jazzed? What's with that?
The way you said, what is the vibe, I expected that, like, phone shakes you awake and you're like, vibe check, smack phone in the face.
Oh no.
That is very possible. Witches, is it the full moon?
Is it?
I don't know.
I haven't... I would have thought that you would have kept track of that. I don't really... The moon doesn't do anything. Nothing grows under the moon.
Let me check my journal. It has the moon sign, or the moon's phases on it, which is why I bought
Are
it.
you gonna check your astrology calendar?
Do you want me to read your horoscope? They're
Later,
like completely made
first-
up or whatever, but they're fun, and I could read your horoscope.
Moon first, Lenore. Moon
Okay,
first.
universe, what's the moon phase?
It's very close to the full moon.
It's-
It's going to be the full moon in like 3 days.
It's almost the full moon. You're gonna have to wait 3 more days. Did you want to plan something for the full moon?
I mean, I was gonna play like the super sweet moon mix with all these songs about the moon, so you all could do some spells and stuff. But I'll save it. I'll just put
Okay.
on something generic and just bass starts thumping. If you're not awake yet, you are now.
I love that.
And so with Oops All Draculas, well, first, Oops All Draculas, for those who don't know, is a hack of a game I wrote called The Coven at the End of the Lane, which is why there's witches here. And with Coven, you set the scene using tarot cards, just like the Uncaged Tarot right here. With Oops All Draculas, you have the option to use Bram Stoker's Dracula. So today, I wanted to use both and see what happens. So, we've got the tarot, or the tower, drawn
Hey.
by...
Well, I wonder who did that card.
Who did that? Who did that?
Who
Art?
did that? Who did it?
It was you.
Yeah, it was me, the tower.
Also, I will say that
I
is my
love
least
disaster.
favorite card in the entire deck, so of course
I was so
that's
looking forward
gonna be
to
the one
that.
that comes up first.
Yeah. It's the worst
And-
card.
So I'm gonna say you hear a piercing shriek come from outside, which is hard to hear over DJ Bats' music.
Oh,
And
is it...
I'll tell you the passage that I got from Dracula by pulling a random sentence from the book. A brave man's blood is the best thing on earth when a woman is in trouble.
Ugh.
Interesting.
We have to get
I'm
David.
gonna hear... I was gonna say, I'm gonna hear the like screaming outside, and I'm going to turn to who's the closest to me at this point in time? I'm trying to figure that out.
Probably.
What is the layout of this house?
They
Going
don't
to-
look up DJ Bats, so I
Okay,
would
yeah.
assume.
Yeah.
For sure.
Okay, I'm probably gonna turn to our DJ Bats and be like, do you think it's Kelly again? She's been really complaining this week about the fact that the flowers seem to be overgrown.
Could be. Neighborhood Association, Kelly? Or
When I say Kelly, I'm assuming you think it's Neighborhood Association Kelly. You've never met her, but you've heard a lot.
yeah. Want me to go outside and
I mean, if you want, it might be kind of funny.
Yeah, okay. Yeah, we can do that. Was that was the distress noise though, not a yeah scream.
I don't know, like, I guess my gauge for what it is has kind of been, like, twisted since I started living here. But I'm assuming, like, not great.
We should
I-
probably get one of the adults.
I want to
I
go
mean,
look
I
at it and
am
see
in
what it
the
Meanwhile,
game,
is.
so are you,
Ariadne-
but, like, I don't want to do it.
It sounded like an upset
Meanwhile,
prep,
Ariadne
so
needs
I
to
think we should
descending
go
the
check it
the
out.
Staircase, like, I was about to say, Ariadne's descending the staircase like Morticia Adams.
Hell yeah.
Yes, like the little sliver of light over her eyes.
Yes.
Ariadne, come see why the preps are mad. Let's go look.
At that moment, Wendy appears with the Enderman teleporting sound.
Oh no.
Good, the adults.
Let's go. Or like whatever.
So, venturing out into the night. What the hell was that? Sorry, Windows Security wants me to update my virus protection.
Oh, spooky.
Or else.
The scariest thing is insecure computers.
Mhm.
Venturing out into the night, you hear the sound of DJ Bat's music pulsating. And then you also hear the howling of wolves. And you see wolves and rats skittering through the streets.
Cool.
That's another day in this neighborhood.
I love rats. It's a shame that the raccoons don't get along.
It looked like they're chasing something or running away from something.
See, how well do you know animals?
I know a bit about wolves, not as much about rats. I mean, aside from avoiding them.
See if you can figure it out.
Okay, what sort of role am I doing for this?
So you have an empathy stat
Mm-hmm.
as the sentimentalist. So you're rolling as many 1d6 plus however many you put into your points, and 5s or 6s are successes.
Okay. So 1 plus whatever I put in empathy.
Mm-hmm. That's how many dice you roll.
I love the idea that, like, Ariadne's like, I don't want animals. I don't want anything in this house. And then we have crocodile in the basement and 2 raccoons running around the house.
Okay, it looks like I have 2 successes.
Sweet. Okay, so you see that these creatures are running towards something, and because you got a pretty good success, this is an average success, but you know, it's decent enough.
Mhm.
You sense that they are not really doing acting like they normally would. They don't really flock together. They seem to be controlled by something.
Fair enough. I mean, ordinarily, I think those wolves would be snapping those rats right up. If they're running together, that's very odd indeed.
Do you follow the wolves and rats? What's everybody do?
Yes, I should figure out what's going.
I assume that you like tell us that like something is controlling them, and or like it
Yeah.
seems to be unnatural in some way. I think Wendy just immediately like appears in a more advantageous spot to spot and like angle to see like if she can like see anything unusual from a different vantage point.
Yeah. So you popping up somewhere like high?
Yeah.
And that's with your signature power, right?
Yes.
Okay, cool. So you see these rats are like skittering up walls.
Ooh.
And the wolves seem to be circling around a building.
What is the building? Is it like anything significant?
It's like an apartment. But what's catches your eye is on the rats are flowing into a balcony, and on the balcony is a woman, early 20s, and that's who you heard scream. She's in like a chiffon and feathered robe. And just as you notice her, you see her vanish in a puff of mist.
Interesting. So she screamed, but she might be a vampire or some other creature. Okay. Wendy appears behind the other crew again and relays this.
I like the idea that Wendy's teleportation power involves that she can only teleport to spots that aren't in anyone's current line of sight.
Yeah. She's not allowed to, like, it needs to be always be a jump scare of some sort.
I was gonna say, yeah, you can't. It's not
She's
as
not
impressive
allowed
if people see you running.
Yeah. She can't teleport while someone is, like, looking at her, and she can't teleport to places that other people are looking at.
Has anyone
It always
seen
needs to
Mystery
be off
Men?
camera.
Yeah, I was thinking the same thing.
Okay, thank you.
I can turn invisible, but no one has to be looking.
Perhaps she is a new vampire like Morley and does not yet know or understand the full range of her powers.
What if she's a third witch?
Oh, yeah.
We can make a coven.
I feel like Morley this whole time has just finished cleaning Dorothy, and he's like, kind of gives her a pat and sees a rat kind of scurry past. He's like, hole in the wall that's like just broken into a sewer. In his nice little basement, there's just like this massive just trash hole in the wall, and that's how he scuttles out into the basement, so into the sewer system. And then he sees a rat, and then another rat, and a bunch of rats, and he's like just gonna inquisitively, he just takes his backpack, like, because you never know what you're gonna find, and kind of scurries off. So he's following where they are, but like where they're going to the house, but through the sewers.
Oh, yeah.
Ooh, I like it.
Nice.
Mm.
I guess what I'm going to do is I'm going to turn around and trying to think of a good name for the raccoon.
Could
I
just
don't
be
wanna make-
raccoon.
Penny.
Yeah, I guess so. I guess I'm not very creative.
Mr.
mean-
R.
Croissant.
I'm just trying to remember what the raccoon in Donut County is called.
Raccoons.
Donut.
I don't know. Is it donut?
Quiche.
Donut County is...
Quiche is a
What?
great name.
You love
Thank you.
naming things after food.
Quiche
Sorry, let me
is a
pull up my
really
list.
great name.
Quiche is very
quiche
good.
is-
I'll keep quiche for
Oh.
Threeflings. So I guess I'll turn around and I'll be like, Rosemary, where have you gone?
All right, there it is.
Aw.
And
Your raccoon like skitters right up to you and is like,
hello,
And
Rosemary.
then
Like,
we
scoop
kind
up
of like have familiars of all the names from Scarborough Fair.
just like,
Rosemary Sage. Like, wait. Parsley, Sage, Rosemary, time.
favorite member of Scarborough Fair, Dorothy. I'm gonna pick up the raccoon like a baby, and then be like, and turn it around so it's facing me, and be like, Rosemary, I would like you to go see what is going on with all those rat friends, see if you can find anything for me. I'd like set Rosemary back down.
Just holding up a raccoon and just putting it down. It's like,
Yeah, basically.
how
I
much does Rosemary listen to you?
I'm assuming like fairly well, except when it comes down to like things that she gets distracted by because she is a forager. So like if she doesn't have anything around, she'll be like, yes, I'll listen to you. But if there's something else going on, she'll be like, oh, I could listen to you, or I could eat this bag of chips.
Could I help with a bribe?
You want to bribe by raccoon?
Yeah. It's like
Yeah.
we need Rosemary to check this out for us, and I have the gift of perfect gifts. So
Oh.
What is the gift of perfect gifts?
it
Her
means
signature power.
yeah.
Cheese.
I'm just
Cotton
like,
candy.
I can sense or kind of like discern what the perfect disarming gift would be.
Oh, nice.
Ooh, I like that.
So with Rosemary, it would probably be some of her favorite food.
Ooh, I like that.
Okay.
I like that.
So I won't have you roll for Rosemary then, since she has the perfect gift. She's going to stay on track.
yeah.
Rosemary sidles right. She like skitters, runs after those rats. Sidles up in that apartment building. And do you have the ability to see through Rosemary's eyes?
No, she's literally just a raccoon. I picked up off the street.
Okay. Is she going to report to you what she sees? Oh, can you talk with her?
I mean, I can imagine that I can ask her yes or no questions, and she can like nod or like shake her head. Like, you know, she's literally a normal ass raccoon.
Well, normal ass raccoons don't usually do that unless like you are gifted in a different way than I am.
I mean, like,
And this raccoon is
Teach
normal,
him
but
notes.
also can't understand Fern.
I mean, she's a familiar in the sense that she understands, but not in the sense that she is extraordinarily special or like weird or different. She's not like a MacGuffin. She's a raccoon that I'm friends with.
Yeah, okay.
Fern voice, familiar? Yes, this raccoon is familiar with me.
Yeah, basically.
That's basically what Dorothy is. She's just an alligator. She doesn't. I mean, it's pretty easy to get an alligator to be a sentinel. Just have someone walk past and they'll bite and get bit. Like,
I like that I gave you all the options of magical familiars, and all of you picked completely mundane animals, except Dress was like, I want a person.
A mundane human being.
how many familiars can we have? Is it just one?
I mean, one, but if you want more, then I'll just make it
I'll
harder
stick-
for you
my
to
second-
maintain that bond.
Oh, okay.
It's one of those things where because Fern is like the child of hippies, I feel like she wouldn't want a really weirdly magical raccoon, because then that kind of takes away from the nature aspect of raccoons.
Yeah,
Like their natural instinct to just scurry around and be weird with their tiny little hands.
I do
Oh,
think
I
Birds
love
also
the
talk
hands.
plants.
Mm-hmm.
I do think
I'm like, why do I need to talk to my raccoon when I can talk to the herbs I'm growing in the garden?
Lenore's raccoon can probably
Cool.
talk to her.
Oh, yeah,
But-
wait, no, because
His name's
Yeah.
Gerard.
Gerard!
yes.
And he can talk to her, but telepathically.
Yeah. Okay, so I can imagine that just based on like the herbalist, probably like and like all witches, I can probably talk to the raccoon, and like the chittering I can kind of pick out like nuances of, but not like a ton.
Yeah. All witches can sort of talk to plants, but Fern, you're like really good at talking to plants. Just like Lenore is like really good at blood magic. And you know, hexing people like preps.
It's important.
Yes.
Is Gerard going up into the apartment too?
I think if I see that Rosemary's going, I will ask Gerard if he wants to go investigate too, because there could be a prep in peril, and that would be very funny. But there's also a lot of rats, and rats are kind of icky, so I would understand if he didn't want to go, because, you know.
Questionably fake goth, not liking the dramatics of rats. Okay, I see you.
First of all, how dare you? I'm extremely goth. And I'm sensitive about that.
Gothic.
They have
Gothic.
diseases. They're not like a good goth animal, like a raccoon or a raven.
Okay, but if you get diseases, it's not like it's a problem, and then like gestures to the kitchen absolutely full of like random plants.
I don't think Tylenol can fix all diseases.
It can if you believe it does.
I don't-
Besides, it's not like I'm giving you things from a bottle. I'm giving you things from the earth, and the earth would never give you anything that could hurt you, seriously at least.
Point being,
Give you things from
rats
a
are
bottle.
stinky, so maybe I don't want Gerard to smell like a rat. But if he wants to go, then he can go too.
Okay. So both of the raccoons, they give each other like a little high five.
Oh,
with
yeah!
the little-
Oh no! My new favorite
that's
characters!
so good.
And
Ah.
they chase off after these rats and skitter up in tandem the side of the building, sticking to the shadows, almost like they've taken lessons from Wendy. And go into the balcony of this apartment building. And you see them kind of peek in, and you don't hear anything for a little bit. Lenore and Fern, you hear, because you're like kind of connected to them, some chittering. And then the raccoons emerge from the apartment very puffy-tailed.
Oh.
No,
And
baby.
is there anything like in their little hands?
Not that you can see from here. And
Okay.
they race down the side of the building and almost look like they're floating on mist. When they run up to you, their eyes look glassy, almost like there is mist taking over, like a veil of mist over their eyes.
Oh no!
I
baby.
want to use
Sweetheart.
a hex or a blood magic to undo the hex or blood magic that is happening on my raccoon.
Yeah, go for it.
You said
I-
5 or a 6 is a success?
Mm-hmm.
Okay. Oh my god. I rolled all 4s.
Yikes.
Okay. I mean, your whole coven is here, so anyone could help you with that.
That's true.
I was gonna say, I am going to pick up Rosemary and go, oh, Rosemary, and then go into the kitchen, pull out like a blender that has clearly been used like way too much.
So you're still outside, aren't you? Or did you go back home?
Oh, I picked up Rosemary and I carried her home.
Oh, okay.
And then I'm going to go into the kitchen, take out like a very battered Vitamix, pour a bunch of things into it, including like orange juice and like literal like sprigs of grass, and then blend it and give it to Rosemary.
Yeah, roll me some potions for that.
Okay. It's 1 plus the I got 2 6s.
Nice.
Okay. So first I'll go with Lenore. So Gerard still has this mist over his eyes and he's a little puffed out. And he stares up at you and his little hands just cloud and he says, "Don't spy on me." In that voice in English.
Don't buy on me?
Don't spy on me.
Oh, because I also heard buy and I was like
Yeah.
very confused.
The S
Don't-
didn't come through.
Spy on me.
What are you selling?
I thought they said bites, and I was like, that's a perfectly reasonable thing to say to a vampire. So-
Good boundary setting.
Yeah.
I'm not a vampire though.
Fern in the house, you cleanse this fog from Rosemary, and she starts chittering away. She's puffed out, and what you can make out was there were 2 humans in there, maybe, and one of them was really mean.
Oh no, Rosemary,
Aw.
sweetheart. I'm gonna take the rest of the smoothie, go outside, look at Lenore and go, I have a smoothie if you want it.
Thank you.
It's for Gerard.
Thank you for clarifying.
You're welcome.
I will smoothie halfway to my mouth. I will transition and give it to Gerard instead.
Oh, it smells absolutely awful.
As soon as Gerard takes that smoothie, the mist clears from his eyes, and he just climbs right up Lenore and like nuzzles into your neck.
Oh, baby.
What's everybody else doing?
I guess
After you see this raccoon speaking English.
Am I under the house yet?
If you want to be.
Okay. And so all these rats that are scurrying up, Morley's gonna play it safe.
Okay.
Pulls out a gun out of his backpack. So like a really old
Playing it safe.
really old rusty 44. And it's maybe gonna grab one of these rats, and they look like there's something up. Hey, like they look pretty weird. Like they don't.
I mean,
look
you
like
know what
they're behaving.
familiars look like. These look like
okay.
familiars.
Oh, okay. There's a lot of them, so Morley's gonna play it safe. Flip the pistol around and just like, as tenderly as he can, pistol whip the rat. Just to knock it out.
What a
Tenderly.
phrase.
It's a love tap.
Yeah.
Morley, you're beating a rat with a gun. You want to roll me some horror for that?
Well, I was gonna roll a dream weaving to then go in its unconscious state.
Okay.
Yeah,
That's fine.
so-
So you're pistol whipping it unconscious, not to kill it.
Yeah. No, just
Just a
unconscious.
love tap.
Yeah,
you got
just
the gun and you said night night.
yeah, just gonna play it safe. Pistol whip the rat, put my gun away, and then I'm going to just crouch down and enter its dreams and try and sort through its memories and see how it got familiarized, familiar Xenode. So I think that's just a +2 for me. To roll. Oh, I got double 3s.
Okay. So you can't really tell how this rat was familiar, but what you do sense is very strong magic, and you sense that the rats have the same master. Like, this isn't a big new coven
Okay.
or a big new group of Draculas.
Yeah.
These are rats working in tandem.
Okay. In that case, I'm just going to grab as many rats as I can and put them in my backpack, and then head home. So
Put the
I can
rat in
tell
your backpack.
all the rats I can catch. I'm just gonna
Rat pack.
Does that make it the rat pack?
yeah.
I already said the rat pack, Jess. You
We
can
all
say
said
it
it,
again.
Jess. You're not original.
Original
Got my mic. It took me a minute.
So I put the unconscious rat in my. Morley doesn't wear a shirt, so he doesn't have a shirt pocket. And he's just gonna put in a safe backpack pocket, like the one with the zip at the front, so he doesn't get too injured. And he's going to try and just pick up some more rats and put them in his backpack, and then scuttle home, kind of like in Aliens, how they run around the on all fours, running around the tunnels.
I love that.
Yeah. I mean, you're strong, so you can pick up rats. Are you gonna try and convince them to stay in there in some way? Because rats can chew. They're not gonna want to
can
stay in your backpack.
Yeah.
You
I don't
can,
have any
you can
skills.
try and scare them, or you
Oh,
could
yeah.
try and draw on
Yeah.
somebody else's skill. You could try disarming or manipulation. You would only use one die to do it, though.
Yeah, I feel like Morley would just put him in the backpack and just try and get him home. Do they start chewing through the backpack?
Are you asking if they do?
Yeah.
I mean, they will, but you can also move through the shadows, so you could get home real fast.
Yeah, that's true. That's true. Yeah, I'll just kind of shadow hop from shadow to shadow till I get home.
Cool. So you could get home with half of the rats.
Nice.
Half rats.
Cool. I get home, go through the basement. I'll grab a hand off the shelf. It's still morning. So just chew it. And where is everybody else?
Dorothy's very excited that you brought her a bag of rats, by the way.
Oh!
yeah.
Oh, yeah. Yeah, I'll throw her a rat. I'll throw her a live one.
She's there
As a treat.
Yeah, but, it'll be a bad throw, so the rat has a chance. Then it's up to nature.
Should have been a content warning for animal cruelty.
Oh no.
Yeah.
Well, we didn't know this was going to happen before.
I know.
Yeah, I mean, I asked you
I
for
mean, I
content
feel like
warnings, and
this-
you said it depends on how you all play, so...
Yeah.
And look what I know.
Okay.
Yeah, and then I will go to everyone and show them a sack of rats. Where's everybody?
Everyone's outside at the moment.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
But
Who's
I
that
imagine
outside?
Ariadne's just
House because Vern made the smoothie.
Ariadne at this
how
point
do-
is just it is far too early for this. I'm going to go back inside and finish my breakfast and then see if I want to do anything about this mess. And then I immediately run into Morley. And it's just what
With rats.
What are you
It's just
doing with that
a
in the
backpack with like
parlor?
rats jumping out every now and then of like holes.
Oh,
Oh, good morning. Hey, I found a lot of rats downstairs, and they're all through the sewers. Something's wrong with them. I think they're kind of like a mass familiar of like a baleful creature or something. There you go. And I throw it to Ariadne. Just throw the sack of rats.
and then Ariadne's just like, well, now I can't have breakfast before I deal with this because now these rats are all in my house.
Oh, you can. I mean, I started a hand. If you want to finish that,
No,
I offer Ariadne the half-chewed hand.
thank you, but no.
All right.
I'm going.
Oh, I reach into the backpack and pull out my gun and put it in my back pocket.
You
so
fed on
like
rats
Ariadne like
before?
enters the house, rats happen. She exits the house, and it's just like, you know what? On second thought, we should take care of this now.
Ariadne, have you fed on rats? Have you tried when you were first turned, maybe?
Not when I was first turned, but when my sire died, there were some times that were very rough, and I have eaten rat before. Not my favorite. For stocked blood, I prefer horse, and cow. I keep like spare blood in the refrigerator if I don't find a human I find palatable.
Where's the blood of coincidence?
Yep, just for you, Gwenny.
You got a lot to
Ariadne
spare.
needs horses.
Perfect. They deserve it, probably.
Was it Alexis? Was it Alexis too, or who else was the other person in our Discord who dislikes horses?
Alexis.
Yep. Yep.
Horse fighter.
This is for you, Alexis.
So, how do the rest of you respond to a sack of rats and Ariadne getting down to business?
Ew.
Why would you bring rats in? You know that they don't get along well with Rosemary and Gerard.
Oh, this is more of a thing I found. Like, this is not a permanent thing. You can just eat them. I don't know, but it's something weird. I think there's another one of us out there. I'm not sure if is any one of your friends nearby. Anyone knows? I mean, you're
You know
everyone
what?
I know, so.
I did hear the voice coming out of the raccoon. Would I perchance recognize that voice?
Ooh.
Interesting.
You've been around a long time.
And plus, if this is someone like us, they've moved into my territory, and I don't know who they are.
Yeah. It wasn't your familiar that ran up there, though. Oh, but you did hear the voice coming from the from
Yeah,
Gerard.
The
you
rat
said it-
screaming.
You said it was speaking English, and I'm just like,
Yeah.
perhaps.
Yeah. So, let me see. This, how well traveled are you?
Fairly well traveled. I assume right now we are somewhere in North America. She was turned in Europe. Her sire was Italian. I imagine she was either French or English. Probably spent time in both countries.
Okay. Yeah, you recognize this as the angry voice of an ancient vampire named Laura.
Laura.
Laura Mirkala.
Laura Croft.
Oh.
Sounds like a prep.
And I guess I should ask, do I have a good relationship with this person? Or do I just know the name or have vague vaguely met them.
I would say she sired your sire. So she's kind of your grandmother.
Ooh.
Oh,
Weird. That's weird.
family calling unexpected and didn't even let me know they were coming. I could have prepared.
Parents are the
no,
worst.
this is ridiculous, and there are now rats in my house. I am going to march right up to that apartment, and I am going to give her a piece of my mind.
You gotta speak to the manager.
I will
Well,
tell
no.
you that Rosemary did say that there were 2 people in that house, and they were very unhappy, and one of them was quite mean.
Like, even so, I know one of them, so I am going to give them a piece of my mind.
Good luck.
Aren't you supposed to show up with some, like, offering, like a casserole? Isn't that a family thing?
Blood
You know,
Pull
casserole.
out the rat.
there are also these inventions called the telephone that has now become pocket-sized, and I can't imagine that she would not have my number.
I can Snapchat your grandma.
Can we Twitter stalk your grandma?
Oh my god.
Ariadne's a little bit embarrassed that she doesn't exactly know how to Snapchat. So we'll just say, I don't think that's quite appropriate, but I didn't receive a letter, I didn't receive a call, and now she's here, and I need to know why. So, she doesn't want us spying on her. If that's the case, then I need to go right up to her, and I need to know why she's here.
Is it possible she did Snapchat you and you just didn't open it?
Of course not. That would be ridiculous.
Just figured I would offer.
Of course I would open a Snapchat from my grandmother. How would I open? Of course I would.
I don't think she remembers the login to the account we made for her.
I mean, I trust that she does. I trust that Ariadne knows that kind
Just
of thing.
when my phone rings, I pick it up and a voice comes through. That's all that there is to it. It's really simple.
I kind of have been managing her Instagram account.
Did you get any DMs from a weird grandma?
No, just people who want to collab. They all seem kind of scammy, though, so I've been showing up to the collab meetup and then, getting takeout.
There's a reason I no longer answer messages from people that I went to high school with trying to sell essential oils. Like, I can make my own. I don't need to sell yours.
And I would never have an Instagram. Especially not one that's just fan cams. I don't know what a fan cam is, actually.
I have no idea what you're talking about.
I'm not on the
I just have a
internet.
flip phone. And I just pull out a flip phone. It has no SIM. He just plays Anaconda.
Good.
There's still like rats just pouring out
Oh
of
my
the bag.
god.
No.
I pull out the unconscious one and I'm just gonna eat it head first.
I'm gonna reach into the fridge, take out some of the cheese that was mentioned earlier, and I'm going to break off a corner of it and throw it into the street and hope the rats go out.
Yeah, they just scatter after that cheese.
Well,
So-
problem solved.
Really?
Shall
Probably
we?
hypnotize them so they'll stay there. Just hypnotize them like the cheese is now like pulsing with a beat. I'll play it on my phone, just like some rat vibrations that they can just jam to.
It's just like a techno remix of the Ratatouille Love Festival.
Oh my god.
Yeah, give me a beats roll, and I'll say, Fern, since it's your cheese, so you can get an extra die from Fern.
All right. So success is 5 or more, yeah?
Yeah.
I got 0 successes.
Oh no!
The cheese wasn't Bluetooth enabled.
I guess not.
It's
Said
a
blue
rookie
cheese,
mistake.
not
I
blue
was gonna
tooth
say blue cheese, yeah.
Yeah.
Like,
Okay.
meanwhile, Ariadne's like stalking down the street.
Oh, I think she might need backup.
Yeah, let's go. She's helpless without us.
Yeah.
She doesn't know what Instagram is.
And
Crazy.
DJ, that's your music is like so loud and vibrates the streets so much that the rats just scatter. You hear wolves howling in the distance, and you see people slamming their shutters all around you. And you hear like, "Cut it out!"
Well, that's unfortunate. I quite
put-
like the music.
I put my middle finger up at them.
Hell yeah.
It's your signature power.
That's your signature spell.
Oh no, I wrote it in pen. Can I change my signature spell?
And they get offended every time. It's like, I want that to be my real power.
Right.
It's like power word kill, but not.
Yeah.
You'd be like, prep, and then they all disappear.
Middle finger.
Oh my god, that would be Enobe's signature power.
My name isn't Enemy, it's Lenore. They're very different.
And Evie's my sister, don't get us confused. It makes her angry.
Yeah, how dare you?
Oh my gosh. Okay.
Enemy is my fanfiction.net
So-
handle, and nobody else is supposed to know about that.
I love that she's 15 and she's on fanfiction.net.
Look,
It's better than Wattpad.
I'm bouncing back and forth between whether she's a modern 15-year-old or a 15-year-old from 2003.
It's both. It's like when people say they're born in the wrong generation, they want like the aesthetic of that generation, but they want to have the
Yes.
conveniences of now.
Yeah.
Same energy.
All right. So are you all going up to the apartment?
Mhm.
Yes.
Yes, and I'm keeping an eye on
Wendy is
Rosemary.
just like moving from spot to spot, like keeping around the same pace as the others, but also just like moving around.
Okay.
Yeah, I feel like Morley would be doing the same. Like tactical teleporters. You're just going shadow to shadow, just like falling into it and just like coming out again.
I love it.
I'd be to turn to Lenore while I'm like holding the raccoon and be like, I think you should learn how to do that, and like gesture in their direction.
My powers require that I be seen and appreciated. And I gesture to my outfit.
What are you wearing?
I'm wearing a black lace crop top and a black skater skirt and red fishnets and black combat boots, and I have a red streak in my hair.
Are you actually me in high school?
I was gonna say, you better have those arm sleeves that are like striped
Arm
and
sleeves.
I
explicably.
absolutely have those
Yeah.
arm
Yes.
sleeves. I have
And, like,
I have-
a shoulder like bracelet, or this is not a shoulder, but you have upper arm bracelet that's like a snake.
mhm.
Yeah.
I have little bat earrings that dangle, so they're little like clouds of bats. And I'm always walking around with my crossbody messenger bag that has a red
Yes.
upside down pentagram star on it. And inside is my journal where I keep all my spells, and also the moon chart, and also lyrics to songs that nobody can read ever.
It's got like the
Fuck
big
you,
like,
Gwen.
the big cartoon S on the cover.
The Superman S is drawn on like half the pages.
It's like the big cartoon S, and then it says Pels,
Yeah.
so it's like spells with the cartoon S.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Y'all are playing
Okay.
vampires, but I have come for blood tonight.
Gwen just read me to filth on my own channel.
I'm feeling attacked.
Okay, so are all of you familiar with like elevators?
Yes.
Oh yes.
Yeah.
Wendy
Morley remembers
loves
them, yeah.
elevators because like being a creepy little girl in an elevator is really good when you like someone opens the door and just sees her just there, like immediately leave.
Beautiful.
Whew. Okay. So, because I know some of you are quite old and maybe not tech friendly.
Hey, that does not apply to all of us.
I know how
You
a
can be
cell
old
phone works.
and be
I
with
know
it.
how an elevator works. Although it's like if they do something a bit different, it might trip me up a bit, but I could figure it out.
I'll offer my hand to her to help her like step across the gap, the threshold.
Oh, I like
In
this.
case it freaks you out a bit. Just, it's okay.
So, you go up the elevator to, why not, the 13th floor.
Oh, yeah.
Spooky.
Yes.
Of course.
You emerge and there is, it opens into a penthouse. For convenience
Of course
sake.
it
A
is.
pentagram
didn't-
house.
Oh!
Spooky.
Yes. So you didn't even need a key because you're all magical and shit. Could have just made that happen. And in the middle of the room, you see that same woman that you had seen in like the marabou dressing gown. She has that mist over her eyes. And her gown is somewhat open. But standing next to her and holding her by the throat is a slightly shorter than her blonde woman with a very angular, pale face. You see she has a thimble on her thumb that makes it into a claw, and she's wearing a long dress. It's black lace, full skirt, and high-heeled combat boots. Seeing all of you, she goes, I told you not to spy, but I suppose an invitation is out of the cards. Granddaughter, have a bite. And she slashes her thumb across the girl's throat and shoves her at all of you before sitting down in a chair like she owns the place.
Do you still have the smoothie, Lenore?
I have the cup. The smoothie's mostly in or on my raccoon.
I mean, a little bit is fine, and I'm gonna like pour the rest of it into the woman with the clouded eyes. I'm gonna pour it into her mouth and like shut her mouth.
She just had her throat slit.
Okay, I thought that there was a chance that
Yeah,
she
I
was alive and it was
think
just like the top layer, but it's okay.
So
I'm going
I'll
to-
read you what I got in the Dracula was when I heard the terrible story of Lucy's death and all that followed was done. I lay back in my chair powerless. And I also drew the Empress card, who was also illustrated by someone on this stream.
Me!
Very lucky.
Yay.
Morley is going to disapparate backwards into his own shadow and appear out of the woman's shadow as she's stumbling.
Oh,
And I'm going to catch her. And I guess just hold her head back and kind of hold her out to Ariadne. I'm gonna try and cover the wound,
Okay.
like so it's not spraying everywhere.
Ariadne is going to step forward and just say, Grandmother, you don't write, you don't call, you stampede wolves by my house, and that is the only reason I know why you're in town. What is this?
Well, I heard the food was so fresh and delicious in your neighborhood, and you know how I love to make an entrance. Are you not hungry? Eat up.
Ariadne, I mean, if you're not going, no, I will.
See, I
Just
thought
like- It's like I would prefer it if you had invited me for breakfast.
I thought
Lovely to meet you. My name's Morley. And I just start eating, just
It's like-
straight up eating her neck, just like taking out chunks. Because
Like,
he's a Nosferatu, he's like all his skin
Like,
like just fucked up and
Plus,
jagged.
it's kind of gosh, eating in your own neighborhood. It's it's-
yeah, we usually
it's
have
a-
a rule.
Those
Attracts less
rules,
attention.
rules are so old-fashioned, don't you think?
I'm gonna look at
We're all
Lenore.
old-fashioned.
I'm gonna look at Lenore and be like, and I thought I had a weird relationship with my parents when I told them I wanted to go to Coachella for the first time.
Coachella is so overrated. But yeah, this is
and
the Warped Tour is where it's at. First of all.
Honestly thought you'd say Ozfest. So good job.
Bottaroo?
But yeah, this is a bit much. I'm just gonna kind of, pretend we're not here.
Yeah. Yeah,
Is
I'm
this
just
woman
gonna...
still alive?
Barely. She's definitely enchanted. But you can sense as you're feeding on her that she's clinging to life.
Okay.
She won't be for much longer.
I gotta believe no one else is eating her here.
Ariadne will
Kind
just
of
go.
Impolite.
Fern, can you perhaps do something for her? And then turn to Laura and just go, really, it's good to see you, but I want to live here for a while and not be run out of the neighborhood. I'm already having problems with the homeowners association.
While you're doing that, I'm gonna be like, Morley, stop. I need it. I need... Give her to me.
Can I offer blood magic to like staunch her?
Yeah, do you two want to combine your spells and do blood magic and potions together?
Yeah, we'll just
Sure.
quietly take the dying body off in the corner. Don't mind us.
Stop fucking eating, Morley.
Just one more.
Morley,
Just-
you have a backpack full
Can I
of
take
rats.
a big bite out of like?
Morley, you have your rat.
They're all
Well,
gone
you
now.
know-
They're all gone. They're all gone. There's no more rats.
The raccoon, like, was
I take a
just,
quick
like,
chomp.
aggressively chittering. Okay,
It's
what
like, I
else?
imagine Ariadne
I
has
take a
great
quick
self-control, but like the smell of blood in the air is kind of getting to her.
Yes, yes, let's do it then, Gron.
All right. So are we each individually rolling, or am I just adding a die to Ink's roll?
You, how much do you have in blood magic?
I have a +2 in blood magic.
So, Fern, you're gonna add 2 more dice to that.
Ooh.
Okay.
Hell yeah.
I got 3 6s.
Nice.
Sweet. If you got
Out of
none,
5.
we'd be getting close to. I might have just made it magically explode for fun.
No, I don't like the poor raccoons. You've seen too much.
So
No.
yeah, tell me how your blood magic and your potions work together. How do you heal her?
Blood potion.
Blood potion. Yeah, I think I
Yeah.
probably contribute by like I don't know. In my head, blood magic is involves or can involve blood bending, so probably just like clot superficially real quick, and then like do
Oh, yeah,
magic
true.
on some of her blood, and give it to Fern to put it in the potion to like make the potion more potent, because now it's like tailored to her.
Yeah. So then Fern, she's gonna reach down and she's gonna pull a couple vials that are like full of like herbs and stuff off of her like belt that she has, and she's gonna like pour a couple of them into the old smoothie container, mash it together, and then like pour it all over the open gaping wound full of Morley bites.
I lean over to Wendy and be like, when they asked for the smoothie container, I thought they were just gonna pour the blood in it, drink it. That's where I was heading. I thought we could just feed in frenzy, you know. I thought that's what they were gonna do. Like, do you have a cup? We can catch the blood and then drink it. Like, we're civil.
Take her to go.
Totally went up the wrong alley with that.
So I was thinking, I don't think Wendy would openly feed in front of like other vampires or like when there's a crowd, because I think that ruins the little girl aesthetic. But she totally has a sippy cup full of blood.
Nice.
She's like just tapping it off. DJ Bats, what's your reaction to all this?
I mean, the blood smells really good. I think I'm gonna ask Laura if she did Snapchat because I do want to know.
Oh, your American technologies, they tend to break in my presence on occasion, but yes, I have been snapped at while chatting.
Break technology? That is wild.
Holy shit, my high scoring anaconda, it's gone!
Oh no!
It's like Ariadne is now feeling on the defensive because now it seems like everyone knows how to Snapchat except her.
Because I don't take snaps, I'm just in them.
So you show up in them?
I can't be captured in photographic form, but many have tried.
So what happened to... Last I saw you, you were going to be in Paris for the next century or so.
Oh, it was wonderful. There were so many wars and art. It was delicious. But you know, things change and, well, you grow to miss family in your old age. And then you hear that your granddaughter, well, one of your granddaughters is living with mortals and not even enchanting them. I mean, I thought you brought in snacks, but I was sure the rumors couldn't be true, that you weren't actually living with them as equals. But, well, I just had to see this for myself. It's been so long, and some of you may have never even encountered an elder vampire, but welcome, my children.
Nice
Time
to
you got a
meet ya.
taste of real power.
Hey, just a quick question. Have we ever met?
Oh.
Like, through the ages? Probably not. Just Molly doesn't have his memory.
Right.
Yeah. You said there was a lot of wars. I think I was in them.
She looks at you really closely, Morley.
Mm-hmm.
And you get a flash in your memory of seeing her when you were, I'll say early 20s, maybe? You see yourself wearing whatever Morley would wear at that time. And you see her coming out of a club and taking two women arm in arm with her to an alley. And she kind of winked at you and gave you finger guns.
Okay.
Before vanishing into the night.
I guess, we didn't meet in a war, but, we've crossed paths, so it's something, I guess.
As well, until you're awoken to your true form. From what I remember, life is a war, isn't it? Mortals. She just glares at Fern and Lenore.
Ariadne, steps in front of Fern and Lenore and just goes, Grandmother, it's the 19th century, and, things are different now.
From behind
I have-
Ariadne.
The 19th century!
I know, I purposefully did that. And things are different now. I have a large house and plenty of room for whoever I want to put in it.
The middle finger's coming out.
From behind Ariadne. I put up my middle finger at her.
You just see like Ford holding like this bloody body, and then like you just see Lenore just like.
What does your middle finger do? Since you've made that your signature power.
Now that it's my signature power, I think it fills everyone with equal parts, or like whoever is the subject of the middle finger is filled with equal parts, like awe at my presence, and also just like chills running down their back, and also deep insecurity about whatever the thing that they're most self-conscious about is. Kind of all at once.
Oh,
Ooh, I like that.
yes.
I love the idea of like everyone's is like genuinely deep and like terrifying, and Morley's just like, do I look good without a shirt? Do I actually look good without a shirt on?
At that, she kind of takes a breath and then turns completely to Lenore. Goes, now this human is interesting.
And Ariadne kind of like is now hugging Lenore and is just like,
Aw.
this human is precious and mine, and find your own.
Thank you.
She is precious. I would love to spend an eternity with you.
Ariadne and I already talked about that, and we're waiting until I'm a little older.
Wouldn't you like to live deliciously?
Butter?
Your grandma watches movies?
Your grandma eats butter?
I'm imagining a vampire like with a stick of butter and they just like put their fangs into the butter.
I was gonna say, yeah, like just
I wonder-
stuck in the bags.
I wonder if this is one of the reasons why Ariadne doesn't have friends, is because Laura comes and takes them all the time.
Oh no.
Oh, yeah.
And makes them into
All into
siblings.
Draculas.
And makes them into siblings, and then they don't like her anymore, and so she's now really, really terrified.
Oh no, sweetie, no.
Just like, grandmother, just, I'm doing things at my own pace.
Very well, I suppose. I'll be here a long while. I'll see you around. And she cast an eye on Lenore again and just says, I'll see you soon, I hope. Very well, you can see yourselves out. You threw away a perfectly good meal. She'll wake up soon and I'll have to find new lodgings. So annoying to, whatever, you know.
It's a pretty nice place. Is this her place or what? Oh,
Yeah.
Can you just hire her or something?
Morley.
Oh, she's dreadfully boring now. She's only food.
Well, yeah, I mean, you know, skip a meal and you got a place to stay.
Morley.
What?
Time and place.
Trying to save this woman's life, you know?
Time and place. As there's literally still someone that's like probably still kind of bleeding in like my lap. I'm just like,
Oh, she's not fully healed?
I mean, there's probably
Still
only
but
so much.
unconscious.
Yeah.
Just,
I think,
Oh.
is she well? No. Is she still actively bleeding out? Also no.
But does it look good? No.
She's at 1 hit point.
But stable.
Wow, she has hit points. That's more than what we have.
I think Ariadne is far more concerned with getting Lenore out the door and out of her grandmother's sight. It is just like praying that Laura gets bored and goes away.
Let's ignore the problem.
Hey, Laura. Yeah, I've seen you at the club before. Yeah?
Sorry, I was reading in the chat for a second. Have you seen Laura in the club before?
Yeah. Didn't she say she was at the club?
Morley
Like,
had a
hey,
vision of her
Ah,
from
okay.
the club
Gotcha.
Well, but
20 years ago.
Mm-hmm.
I
But-
think DJ and Ariadne's history, though.
Ooh.
Maybe Laura doesn't recognize DJ though.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah.
Oh, that's true.
DJ, you changed your look a lot.
Yeah.
So otherwise she'd know you as part of Ariadne's ensemble.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
Do you and
Well,
Ariadne have the same sire?
Um,
Also sired by Paganini?
I'm a little younger than Ariadne.
Okay.
I was turned in the 1860s.
Okay.
So, no.
Okay.
I
You might
wonder
have-
if
Oh, go ahead.
I was wondering if your sire was still alive. Maybe we met when both of our sires were not anymore.
Yeah, no. They were probably just like a damn mess looking for
Yeah.
friends. Wandering
And
around.
the codependent stuff.
Oh,
Yeah.
absolutely codependent. And I think probably was, here in this new world, didn't know what to do. And then there's all these fancy European people, and you're like, what is this? Gonna steal some fancy clothes. And then we joined your ensemble.
I love it.
I'll just tell Laura, like, open invitation though. If you want to come down to the club and see what's up still, age is just a number.
Now that's the kind of welcome I was looking for.
And
Thank
have
you.
some beef. And I, through the shadows, teleport a corpse because I've got dozens of them in my sewers. I just like a couple of legs. They're for you wolves.
Oh my god. Ariadne's like has this thought.
Just on the couch. I feel like it's just like on the couch. It's just like
Legs.
foot falls off, legs, a foot falls off.
Ariadne
They're for
just
your
has
families.
this thought though. Is Morley flirting with my grandmother?
Oh no.
Can Morley read minds? No.
Morley.
He can. He's just not good at it. So you can roll one die to read a mind.
Oh yeah. I'll roll a die. Do I read a mind? No, I got another 3.
Okay.
3 threes in a row.
Morley's like, it's our grandmother now.
So say you try and are you whose mind were you trying to read?
I was just seeing if I caught wind of it.
Oh, okay.
Yeah. Oh well, I guess it was lovely meeting you, and again, but I guess we better make leave and take our snack here. And I go over and kind of pick up the lady.
Oh,
Yeah,
that's very clever. I've heard to-go food is quite popular nowadays. Always on the run, you are. This, you call it Go-Gurt.
yeah. Yeah, Goga's pretty good. Goga's pretty good.
Very well. I shan't be in this domicile by the next nightfall, but I'm sure you'll find me, or I'll find you.
Any ideas where you're gonna be? Where you're gonna stay? Some really nice motels down in the east.
Maybe I'll pop by your place. You said you
Okay,
had
I
a
got a
big...
spare couch in the sewer.
I mean, it's not a castle, but I'd like to see what little Ariadne Lovelace is up to.
Ariadne is silently screaming.
I'm giving Morley a look like, please, shut
course.
up.
Oh, that sounds like a great idea, but I think we're going to a festival or something from these young witches, right? We might be out of town.
She comes
I
over and
recommend
just
those motels.
and
Coachella
grabs
is
Morley's chin and goes, "Oh, I'd go to any festival with you, my dear."
Oh no.
I'm more of the symphony type.
Why is this weirdly
I'd go to a
horny?
concert. I kind of look back really nervously at Ariadne. Like, Morley's like, kind of into this, but is this okay? Kind of look.
Ariadne's just like, you do, you, I guess.
Do you like sewers?
Is that slang?
You slang, yeah, for sewer system.
I love that band. And then she transforms into a bat and flies out the window.
Yeah.
You like sewers? Is that a euphemism for what? A sewer?
Well, I guess she's gone now. We can save this woman's life, and she ain't gonna come back to this house next nightfall. So this woman should probably be okay, right?
Ariadne's like, she can't stay. She's just going to completely ruin my life again.
Morley, you can't just invite people like that over to our home.
I didn't use the
Especially
I word. I
vampires.
never use invite. I never say you can come in. I know the rules. Should we sire this woman? I don't know. What are we doing?
Nope.
Why
One of
not?
us should call an ambulance and just
Not
have
for
them
us.
take care of it.
Because if we sire, we'll need an ambulance.
Wendy, do you want to call and be like, your grandmother is sick? Ah.
Or just the lady that lives in this apartment.
Yeah. Because I feel like it'll be very weird if we call and then they show up and there's a bunch of quote-unquote adults standing around a bleeding out body.
Well, I think we should call and then all of us leave.
Mm-hmm.
And then none of us are here when they come to pick her up.
No, you
You
can
know,
just do an
that's-
anonymous tip, right?
Exactly.
Oh, she didn't even take my legs. Ah.
Yeah, you should probably do something about those before we leave.
Yeah, you should bring those
Uh,
back with you.
Oh,
I'm gonna,
I've
like-
been letting those go to waste. They were pretty good.
I'm gonna like slowly slide this woman off my lap and like just kind of just like take a step back and be like, I am gonna have to make a special kind of detergent to get this amount of blood out of these clothes.
Bring them to me. I
me
got
help
you.
I'll just,
Okay.
you know, I'll just bloodbend it off real quick. Put it in your smoothie
yeah.
cup and then hand it to DJ Bats because they were the one who expressed it. I'll drink that. There might be
Oh,
carrots
I'm
in
gonna
this.
powder this for later.
Don't snort blood, kids.
Wendy, if you want to give me a roll for disarming, you can call for help and get them to ignore the legs.
Well, Morley was gonna take
Oh,
them.
I will go over and I get rid of legs.
Oh, okay.
I was
I
definitely in my
teleport them
head
back to my
thinking whether, like, because they were like, oh yeah, like, that'd be weird if there's a bunch of adults hanging around. Like, what if a kid was there? Like, I was wondering, like, how would that still be creepy or not? So that's a good call.
Yeah, she gave me my grandma slipped
One success.
fell
My
into a
parents
glass cabinet.
slipped and got bites taken out of her neck.
Okay, so Wendy, what do you say when you call for help? How do you convince them to come to this house and help this woman? And ignore anything weird.
Hello? I heard a scream, so I came up here to this penthouse, and there was this woman that was injured, and I don't know why or how, but I really need your help. Can you please come help?
What's your location? What's your location?
And I just give them the address, I guess.
Okay, sit tight, sit tight. Are you in danger? Are you in danger, little girl?
I don't think so. I might be. You never know. Because there was a scream, and I don't know where the scream came from.
All right, take a deep breath. Take a deep breath. You're okay. Help is on the way. Help is on the
Thank
way.
you. Thank you.
Yes. And you can just stay on the line with me until help arrives. So if anything happens, we'll hear, okay? We're here with you.
Yeah, that's good. Thank you.
I will just
And
mouth to
then
Wendy.
you start to hear like ambulance sirens.
I'll mouth to Wendy.
Yeah, it's
We'll
like
meet
I
you.
imagine the rest of us have like exited throughout the through the
Yep.
a side
Yeah.
door
Just,
and
we'll meet you
are
back
already
at the
at home.
house.
And I think that's a perfect time for a 5-minute break. So stick around, everybody, and we will be back in 5.
Oh boy, see ya.
We are Three Fangs playing Oops All Draculas as part of our Halloween Spooktacular. And yeah, I hope you had a good break, because we sure did. So, help has arrived. You have left the apartment. The woman who owns it is being tended to. And what do you do now?
Well,
Am I still there, or have I managed to get away from the ambulance people?
Oh, I would assume that you left as soon as you made the call.
Okay. So I didn't stick around.
I mean, if you want to, you can talk to them if you want to, like, grab a bite or something.
But oh god, that is so creepy for them to like be like, oh, a little girl called, you know, she might be in danger, and then they get there and she's not there.
We could leave some rats around, because then, like, she's got bite marks.
Yeah.
And then.
Yeah, but
Yeah.
the rats take bites the size of a human jaw. I don't think so.
These rats,
ahead.
maybe.
I will say, though, that Ariadne, as soon as I get to the house, will call a war meeting.
Yeah, I was going to say, if you would like to call a floor meeting, I will first go and get changed, because I would like to not sit in clothes that are covered in blood, especially around my vampire roommates.
Lenore did,
Appreciated, yes.
Not
Lenore
into
did
that.
like wick that off. Though I understand if you still want to change, but you shouldn't be like physically
The
sticky
principle of
anymore.
the thing.
Yeah,
Yes, it's the principle of the thing.
fair.
It was a near corpse, so yeah.
Morley just teleported with the legs, like, back home.
God.
Get rid of him.
Lenore was not the one actually cradling a body, so she doesn't have to. But she's gonna go get changed anyway, because if we're having a war meeting, then she needs a different outfit.
DJ Bats is
War
gonna go
meeting.
put on their old Civil War uniform.
Oh my god.
As a white bit.
Just for Twilight.
No.
No, I kicked that guy's ass. That guy's nuts. And they're gonna
Jasper
put on
Twilight is a punk ass bitch.
Twilight. I snap Jasper Twilight every day and say, "Come get it, asshole!"
Oh no, Canon, you all, like, are Victoria's Coven.
Oh no.
Cullen.
Just wanted to take down the Cullens.
That's why Lenore is waiting to be turned until they're older, because the Cullens
I
are like
figured.
17, so we have to be at
Right,
least 19.
Yeah.
You had to be at least 17, so you could be an adult.
It's true.
At least 17 to ride.
Lenore, if you wait until you're 21, you can drink.
I don't have to wait until I'm 21. I just have to wait until I have the license of a 21-year-old.
Oh.
I don't condone underage drinking.
For legal reasons, this is a
For legal
joke.
reasons, Threeflings does not condone underage drinking or snorting blood.
Unless you're in Australia, then it's 18.
Yeah.
Go for it when you're in Australia and you're 18.
Still don't snort blood.
That's not that. Yeah, I was gonna say yeah, but that has nothing to do with the first thing, and also that's not technically underage because then you are the age.
Yeah, I did just say underage. But yeah, you know,
Right.
drink when you're of
For
age,
Canada.
and snort blood never.
Oh my
The
gosh.
Threeflings motto.
Unless you got like a bloody nose, then it's just polite to snort it.
Well, no, then you should really not do that because that's gonna make you sick. So you shove tissues up your nose and you wait for it to stop on its own.
The thing that concerns me more is the fact that this is a debate.
I'm just saying,
Well,
if your
what-
nose is bleeding,
Well,
don't
Less if you should, but more why this is a debate.
just don't tip your head back. That's
Molly
not what you're
turns
supposed to
up
do anymore.
The war
That's
meeting.
Let's say, so you go back to the house.
all
We're
right.
Molly
having our
turns
floor
up
meeting. This is where we're going
I-
now.
Morley's
I
at the
think,
war meeting. He has like maps of the city, and like a texter for everybody in red. He's very serious about his war stuff. He's like,
I
can't-
think
can't
Wendy-
believe that, she doesn't remember me from one of those wars, you know. I mean, DJ, you've been in war. You've been in wars, right?
Have I ever?
Yeah. Do you remember me running around at all? feel like I was. You know, I got all these tattoos, and it was like, hey, this one, Man of War. That's probably me. I feel like I've just been a war dude for them. Iron Maiden. I think I tortured people. You know, the plague. I think I was around there, and they're just like shitty heavy metal tattoos that like Valhalla. I don't know.
And meanwhile, Ariadne's like, the plague looked absolutely nothing like that.
DJ knows that they're shitty metal tattoos, but they
no one's
don't
told
want
Morley
to.
yet.
They don't want to burst Morley's bubble. Like,
Aw.
oh no.
Oh, buddy.
So sweet.
Yeah.
Oh my god. I think
I'm ready for this
after Wendy like leaves the apartment, I think she just like appears in the house and then she just quietly sits down at the war meeting table, just waiting for the war meeting.
Here's your marker. There you go.
She takes it.
So when we return,
We're here. I circle a house.
when we return from getting dressed, what is Fern wearing, and did they let Lenore help?
If Lenora wanted to, they could, but they're probably just wearing like a really big t-shirt. Like a really big t-shirt from like Woodstock in the 80s, and are probably just sitting there like holding the raccoon, just like,
All right.
you know, I never thought this would be my life.
We see this. We have a moment of just a heavy sigh, and then Lenore comes over to you with a very thick belt that's studded leather like all the way around, and is just like, here. It's the best I can do. And instructs you to belt over your shirt.
If this makes you feel better, sure. Sure, if this makes you feel better, and we'll do that.
It does, thank you.
You're welcome.
It looks rad. It looks cool. You hear a
Thank you.
ding in the background? Oh, war meeting snacks. Oh, hold on. I'd run to the kitchen.
Microwaved rats.
I come back with the like little paper plates with like little hot fingers on them. Like little you know, like party sausages.
Good.
Oh my god.
There you go. That's yours. And there you go. And there's sauce in the middle and some mustard.
You
Thank
do
you.
realize that not all of us eat people here, right?
Yeah, but it's the you know, having the opportunity to is always polite.
Thank
When there's
you.
blood in there, you just gotta suck it. You just suck it.
Anyway,
Squeeze it.
I'm wearing.
Anyway, if we are all here,
Anyway, I'm wearing a duster, but the sleeves are ripped off, and I'm wearing fingerless gloves. And the duster goes down to my ankles, and it is black. And on the back, there is an upside down cross that has been bedazzled by me in black rhinestones.
Nice.
And also purple.
Hell yeah.
Oh,
Yeah,
that's so cool, Lenore.
thank you.
That's really sick.
I have a
Can you
+3
get me
to
some of those
fashion.
cool gloves?
I have another pair, and I run upstairs, and then I come back down. Fingerless
my
gloves
gosh.
for Morley.
War gloves.
Yeah.
I feel like Morley's like never wears a shirt, and just wears like tight leather pants that Lenore's kind of fashioned for him, and like he never wears anything, and like combat boots, but he never wears anything else.
if we're talking about what everyone's wearing, I imagine
Yes.
Ariadne
Please.
is wearing like a long sleeve button-up shirt with a waistcoat and a full-length skirt because of course.
Of course.
Nice.
Again, I'm thinking of the What We Do in the Shadows movie at one point where it's not Viago, it's not that Vladislav, it's the other one, and he's like, I go for a look called Dead But Delicious, and he's wearing like leather pants and like no shirt. And imagining that's Morley like
Yeah.
sitting in the corner.
And then now putting on like cool motorcycle fingerless gloves.
Exactly.
Little like diamantes on them.
Yes, 100%.
War gloves. War gloves. You know, we all look pretty good here. We all look pretty cool. I just want to say, get that clear before the meeting. You know, that's like
The morale
Alright,
thing.
we'll write that down in the minutes.
In the meeting notes.
Yes.
Absolutely,
This
I
meeting
say
is
clicking my black gel
meeting
glitter
is now
pen.
in session. I feel like we only have 3 options. Blackmail my grandmother into leaving.
Yep, I've written that down. Yep.
Using my jackalope to steal her soul, thus rendering her a moot point.
Ooh.
I love that one.
I mean this in
Or-
a
But he
curious.
spelled jackalope.
Or we move to a place where she will never find us.
I don't.
Writing it down, but I don't.
This is coming from a place of well-meaning ignorance. Do vampires have souls?
They have enough of one to steal.
Okay, just figured I'd check.
I'm so sorry. You've heard our music. You don't think someone without a soul could make that?
Look, I really
I mean,
don't know what is and is not soul things because, like, a lot of people say that when you get witch powers, you sell your soul, but, like, I can still do cool things, so maybe my soul wasn't that important, actually.
I was
Your
gonna say,
soul
I
is
mean, like,
very important.
Then
Also,
I probably
making
still have
music
it.
is not making music is not indicative of having a soul. Like, I've heard some pop music; it's very soulless.
Yeah, like that mainstream stuff
Maybe a
is
soul
terrible.
is just something in. Yeah, maybe a soul is just something invented by those those religious types. You know, like what was that soap company and you know that fat you get in your legs. What do you call that? It's on the tip of my tongue.
Cellulite?
Cellulite. It's delicious, but yeah, they made that up. Soap company. You know, it isn't a thing. Cellulite doesn't exist. So maybe
I
it's
feel like
a
we're
soul.
getting-
It's just something they're trying to sell.
I feel like
I'm
we're
missing
getting a
the
little
point
off
of this meeting.
topic. But thank you for
Yeah.
your contribution.
I'm just gonna go get. I'm just gonna
Like,
go get some
back-
cellulite.
Back to
I'll
the
be
problem
in a
at hand. My grandmother needs to be gotten rid of.
I agree.
So-
She's a little weirdly interested in a teenager, in my opinion.
Also, she's your grandmother, so I guess we could say that we're going to defer to you on this one because I have no stake in this because I am not related to this woman.
I set out 3 perfectly respectable options. I'm fine with any of the above.
Do you think the soul thing
Okay.
would work? Because it sounds the most exciting.
We can find out.
What's your jackalope's name?
My jackalope's name? I'm going with Hazel.
Oh,
Good
yeah.
name.
Witch Hazel,
cute.
even.
Oh, cute.
Hell yeah.
That's really cute.
What's stopping you from taking her soul then?
Well, we were on different continents.
Is there like a proximity
And
thing?
and
like
you know, well, well, they have to be within sight of a jackalope in order for them to use their powers. And well, as long as she was on her side of the globe and I was on my side of the globe, we are very, what's the word? Modern word, copacetic. We were, fine. Like there are no problems as long as we aren't in the same country. But as soon as I start getting close to people, she shows up, and then everything goes wrong.
it sounds like there's a lot going on here.
I think taking her soul would solve it.
I
Yeah.
think so too.
Or maybe we can find some secret weakness that means that she can't go near you. I guess that's kind of like blackmail.
Yeah, that has worked, but it's not a very long-term solution. I mean, I'm down with that. I know some blackmail, but I'm sure we can figure out something between all of us that we can find out that would make her leave for at least long enough so as Lenore and Fern aren't as interesting to her anymore, because I think that is what we should focus on.
I agree, and I have an idea that might help. I would like to take Ariadne's hands, and I would like to try and do a spell to gain insight into where we think her grandmother might go now, using my ancient visions that I have.
Oh, ho, ho, ho.
I figure I don't know her grandma, but Ariadne does. So I'm gonna try and channel through her a vision of where her grandmother might be now, and a potential scenario.
Especially if you have a blood connection through Ariadne.
Mm-hmm. But yeah, ideally also a scenario that, you know, she might be more easily surprised by us, perhaps. Less expecting a jackalope.
Does anyone ever expect a jackalope?
Who's to say?
Yeah, roll me an ancient vision and add +1 because you have help from Ariadne.
Yay!
Can that help come in the form of empathy so that it can be +2?
Sure.
All right. It became 2 successes instead of 1.
Oh yeah.
Okay.
Yay!
Sweet. So, yeah, you, so you're trying to determine how best to surprise her with the jackalope?
Yeah, and also like where we think she might go next, or like narrow down the options for how to find her, and then
Like,
get the
we
jump on
know
her.
she was planning to find a place to hole up for the night,
Mhm.
and where might that be?
Okay. So you get this vision in your mind. It's all in tones of red, like you're seeing through blood. And it's kind of quavery. And then you see Laura walking through a city, almost like zooming through the shadows. Sometimes she's a bat, sometimes she's a woman. Then
She's Batwoman.
Oh my gosh.
Damn it.
What the-
Then you see her at a rooftop bar, and she is invited back by a couple, and you hear them call her a unicorn.
Oh
And
my god.
she
To be like, oh, she turned into a bat and a human. Now she's turning into a unicorn.
They saw her from across the bar and they liked her vibe.
and she gets into a limo with them and goes into a very fancy condo, like
Damn.
doorman. I was about to describe like what a fancy condo looks like, but you know.
Do we?
Do we?
Yeah, it's got like awning and glass, and it's tall, and it's
Real stupid looking lamps.
I was gonna say it. It's kind of ugly, like it's a little bit of an eyesore.
Mm.
I mean, I'm gonna be honest.
I
all
feel like these
condos
people
kinda
got it
like
coming. Yeah, these people got it coming.
Yeah, I was about to say, between the three
Yeah.
of them, they probably have one soul for the jackalope to take.
that. If that. If that. The poor jackalope.
All
Not
right.
even a full meal.
We know where she is, or where she will be. The visions are always a little iffy, but seemed like probably it was
But
happening
yeah, that
tonight.
sounds like her.
Mm-hmm.
So if we get close enough, one of us could teleport in with the jackalope.
Ooh. Actually, that feeds into my plans, because I was thinking I have the hunter skill, and I was thinking that might help in, like, tracking down where this location is.
Ooh.
Oh, yes, please.
Yeah. I'm gonna... Like, I assume, like, you know, Wendy, like, tells everyone this, and then she, like, after getting approval, she's gonna go, like, outside into the night and, like, zoom around and see what she can... if she can find the location from what is described.
Wendy Naruto running around the city.
Yes. No successes, unfortunately.
Aw.
Okay. You see a lot of fancy buildings. And you know what? I'll say you do see this building, but every time you approach, the doorman just kind of comes out and looks at you and is like, "Little girl, what are you doing here? Go home. Where are your parents?"
Wouldn't you like to know,
That's
Weather
fair.
Boy?
So you know
Well,
where she
I think I
is,
lost.
you just don't have a good act, like you weren't able to sneak up and you're not shut
Right,
on the
okay.
floor.
That makes sense. Okay.
So,
she zooms
let's-
back to the house and just like gets out. I guess there's already a map of the city, so she like points at like the rough location.
Morley serving fat now, having talked about cellulite. Just scrapings. Oh, good.
let's all
And
go, and we'll
I'm
see.
imagining that like Molly is the only vampire that eats flesh, and everyone else just drinks blood.
Morley's more like a
this is
ghoul.
just-
It's not in the rule book. You can't eat the flesh.
Seeing that Morley is very clearly only going to make vampire, quote unquote vampire food, Fern has resigned to making a veggie pizza for herself and for Lenore.
Lenore will opt
Oh,
to
I feel
make
really rude now.
Lenore will opt to make caffeinated coffee or tea for herself and Fern.
Yeah, I will definitely be like, this will help, and then put something in it that you have no idea what it is, but it'll make it stronger.
Oh no.
Ariadne is going to get Hazel's travel purse and put her in it.
Yes. It's like one of those
Can
like
I cop a-
backpacks with a little dome.
Oh, good.
Yes.
I was thinking like a
Can I
rabbit
cop a
baby
slice
Bjorn.
of that pizza?
Yeah.
Yes. Have some pizza. You can have some pizza.
All right,
can I-
and
Can I have a slice?
Yes.
sure.
Yes, you can.
So what's the plan?
I think the
Plan
plan
is
is
somebody teleports into the right apartment and then unleashes the Hazel.
mm-hmm.
Yeah, okay. I can teleport if you want me to.
Give Hazel like a little scratch on the head.
Pizza.
Hazel gets a little squitch.
Hazel's excited about this. She is, I mean, as a jackalope, she's more of like a party familiar, but she can't steal a soul. I would think Hazel's pretty tight with DJ Bats.
Oh,
I'm gonna
yes,
slip. I'm
definitely.
gonna slip Hazel a little bit of the pizza crust.
Good.
Aww.
She's like all about it and starts to hum a little song.
Oh yeah, capture that for my mix later.
Hell yeah.
Good beats. Good beats.
Good beats with little feet.
Yeah.
Ooh, nice. Keep going. Keep going.
All right.
So, to steal the soul of an elder vampire is more than any of you, even with Hazel, can do. But if you pool all of your powers together, you just might have a chance.
yeah,
Yes, please.
High soul, heist.
I'll hex her so that she's more susceptible. Her soul is less anchored, thanks to a hex.
And since you have witches here, your house. Oh, you didn't magically infuse the house, because I was gonna say you would get an extra die just from casting in the house
Oh.
if you wanted.
Wow.
Well, if we did it in the arbor room, that's probably
Yeah.
Yes, you can all watch your hair get puffy while you get extra magic from all the plants.
yeah.
Yeah.
Oh yeah.
See,
Wendy, are
I
you
told
transporting
you.
in?
What?
What?
Who was talking to Wendy?
DJ, are you the one transporting in?
I think it was either going to be Wendy or Molly because they both can teleport. Wendy would like to, but she hasn't figured out how to get into the building yet, so she doesn't have a clear path.
Yeah, it's like
Yeah, because you can
Wendy
only run
knows-
fast.
Wendy knows
I've
where the
gotta-
building is.
Yeah, that's actually true. Wendy's ability to move around relies on her moving really quickly, which means that she can't always like go to every location just because it might be hard to physically get to.
Knock on all the doors really fast.
Can
The ultimate
Ariadne
ding and
use
dash.
her artistry to kind of like move people into the right position and taking the right actions?
Yeah.
Hmm.
I will.
Actually, is it possible for Molly and Wendy to combine their teleporting powers somehow using the power of Wendy's codependence
Oh.
stat?
Absolutely.
I was
Yeah.
gonna say specifically Fern will do some magic so that I will do green speech so that I will talk to the trees and through the air and ask them to bend in ways to cover your tracks and to hide you
Yes, we are
specifically.
insane. I'm not sure how that would be useful,
Oh.
but yes.
What about
Got
those
a couple things.
fancy condos with the ferns and things in there? Could you
Right.
talk to them? Talk to the trees?
Oh, yeah.
See what they see?
Yes. What do you see, special trees? I'm the Lorax, I speak for
Yeah.
the trees.
Do you have to be right there? Or
Where's the slow?
I can imagine that I could probably whisper it to some of the grass and they'll constantly just whisper it to each other.
Well, we're like
yeah.
still at our house right now, right?
You're still at your house. Yeah.
Yeah,
Mhm.
so I'll whisper to the grass and ask them to ask each other what is going on there.
Mm.
What's up?
So
What's
plant
up,
telephone.
grass?
What is happening?
Yes.
So how much are we adding so far? If I'm using artistry, that's 3 dice.
Okay.
Codependence is 2 dice.
Green
Hexes
speech
is
gets 3
2.
dice.
I could probably use horror to like shock her, like lower her defenses.
Ooh, that's good.
Teleport in
Especially-
Especially
throw
if you're the
Jackalope
one
at her
that's
face.
teleporting in. Yeah.
Yeah.
And then DJ Bats, what are you adding to this?
Well, I got drugs.
Oh,
And then we drug
Just
the old
open
woman.
the little bag. Open the little bag and just go.
So we're combining
Or
hallucinogenics, horror, codependence, artistry, green speech, hexes, and a familiar.
Yeah.
Yes.
Yes.
Do you all want to roll your own thing and tell me how many successes you get? Would that be
Yeah.
easier? Or would
Yeah.
someone like to roll a shit ton of dice?
I think it'd be easier if we all roll on
Yeah,
Okay.
let's all roll our own thing.
2 successes!
just for the ease of
I
not
am
having
so
to roll 3
codependent.
I
dice.
do as well.
I got one.
I have 1 success.
I have 1 success, but I also have 1.
I'm gonna say, tell me how many ones you get as well.
Oh, I got a.
1.
I've also got a 1. I got 2 successes and a 1.
Okay.
I only rolled 2 dice, baby.
It's only 5 or 6s that are successes, right?
Yeah.
Yes.
Yep.
Okay, so I got 1 success and 1 1.
Okay. So I'm just gonna count these out in order because it's a lot. So going from what I can see, Wendy, how many successes? 2?
2.
And no ones?
No ones.
Lenore, what about you?
1 success, no ones.
Okay. Fern, what about you?
1 success, no ones.
Okay. DJ Bats, what about you?
1 success, 1.
Okay. Ariadne, what about you?
Also 1 success and 1 1.
Cancel that out.
Okay. And Morley, what about you?
2 successes, 1.
Hoo-hoo. Okay.
Yeah.
Mhm.
More successes than failures. Good job, team.
Mhm.
Hell yeah.
Yeah. So 4. So the top level of spell, like difficulty there is in here is 4, and you just had a success of 8.
Nice.
Nice.
So
Ah,
tell me how this happens before I give you your consequences. For
Should we?
the spell being a little bit more powerful than you
Oh.
expected.
Should we go in order of what happens?
yeah.
Yeah, sure.
Like,
So-
who-
I think probably one of the first things that happens is like from the house, Lenore casts a hex that like reaches Laura in such a way that her soul is like just slightly knocked a little loose. Not enough for her to like notice, but it's just like a little easier to be grabbed.
Ooh, I like that.
I like it.
She sits down in her like
Uh.
witch circle, her like Bed Bath and Beyond candles.
Like I imagine that Ariadne has them all in a circle with like Morley in the middle and kind of like doing some sort of low hum. And like
Oh, hell yes.
They're like singing a song together, kind of like making sure they're all in sync.
Hey, Macarena. Definitely, Ferd is sitting there with like one of her plants in front of her, and they're like humming to themselves, and they're willing the trees to bend in ways that conceal and create more shadow for Morley and Wendy to hide in,
Hell yeah.
and then the shaking of leaves to cover noise that they might make.
DJ is gonna like look between Morley and Wendy, who to give the bag to.
Like, not to the little kid.
Who
Probably
wants
the,
the weed?
Probably the older of the two.
So
Which is
Wendy.
funny
I'll hand it
because
to
Wendy's
Wendy.
technically
Yeah.
but
Just
I
Wendy.
hand it to Wendy.
and I think yeah, the drugs would work with that.
Give the drugs to the
that.
child. Good idea, everybody.
Yeah. Uh,
Don't
Wendy,
actually do that in
don't-
real life. Don't do that.
Winners don't
breathe.
take drugs.
That is a joke.
Don't breathe these in, okay?
For
Just,
legal reasons, this stream is a
throw it.
joke.
just throw
She's
it.
like, I'm old.
Yes, also a vampire, so not actually a child.
Yeah.
Mhm.
Don't do drugs, kids.
Give them to your vampires instead.
Oh no, poor Jess.
It's okay. Keep going. Keep telling me about this spell. I love it.
I think I'll kind of
Alright.
start humming in tune with Adriana as well, in like a harmony.
Ooh,
Yeah.
yes, harmony. I like
Oh
that.
yeah.
Boost that spell. And what's old jackalope?
What's the jack?
I
Do
think the jackalope's probably like the final thing, right? Because it's got to be in the room
Yeah.
to do the thing.
But I take. Okay, so Morley's gonna get kind of reach down behind. Actually, no. At the war table, you look over and there's just a corpse sitting there in one of the chairs you didn't notice before, just like the party hat on.
Of course.
It's party time.
This is gonna help. Is all.
I'm sure
and
it is.
I rip off its arms and legs and head and stuff, and carve out a little bit in the middle, and to put the jackalope inside, like a jackalope bomb.
Oh my gosh.
Yeah.
The jackalope bomb. Oh, there's hats.
Hey, Jess, you're
Yes.
redeemed for this.
Yes,
Jess,
hats.
I have the skeleton party hat.
Yay.
It was you all along.
I'm putting my squishy friend on my head. Thank you, everybody. Oh,
Oh my gosh, I love it.
oh, the tissue box.
I don't have anything.
Tissue
really
by
like
Gwen.
This one day.
Y'all need to
Maybe
join our
not-
Patreon so we can get Gwen a proper hat.
It doesn't balance on my headphones. I can't.
Yeah.
I like how you're wearing a shawl you could just put on your head. All right.
And then I'll carry that, and then maybe Wendy could like climb onto my back.
Yeah, I
like
was
a
thinking the
piggyback.
piggyback ride too.
Yeah, with a codependency move. my legs are tired.
Yes.
All right, and then so when we get there, we just releasing the jackalope. Oh, drugs, jackalope, drugs, blah, jackalope, right?
Quickly snort the drugs photo there.
All right.
Why did you
So
eat them
you do
before
the, so you do drugs, I do the blah, and then the jackalope hit. Okay. All right.
Yes, exactly.
No, you do
Okay.
the drugs. I'm gonna do a jump scare sting, which will help
Oh,
with your
I-
horror. And
Oh,
then
okay.
we do the jackalope.
Reminder, none of you are doing drugs. You're giving drugs to this woman. I'm forcing it to palpate.
My
We were
blanket.
joking so much about the drugs, and we got that we were meant to give the drugs to the woman.
I'm playing with tilt controls.
My blanket keeps falling down my head.
So,
Wendy, you look like someone out of a Star War.
I know.
Cool.
Gwen's about to tell us about Darth Pelagius the Wise.
Have you heard the good word?
Yeah.
mannequin. Unlimited vampire.
So yeah, you and Witch Hazel teleport into a 2-story condo with red, and teleport into a bedroom, red satin sheets, but as you look closer, you see they're red from blood.
Nice.
There goes.
As these two people are chained up with various slashes on their bodies, and there's money all over the bed, all over the ground, as well as like cashier's checks written out, and checks just written out to cash kind of thing.
Yeah.
Jeez.
And
Amazing.
they're just Laura just seems to be like having a ball as they're just repeating like, "You are our master," kind of thing, like, "Let us serve
Oh.
you."
Okay.
When you go in and snatch her soul.
All right.
Yeah.
So as I teleport in, I'm just gonna hurl that bag of drugs at her face. And just gonna be like,
the drugs beat out as much as everything else.
"It's gonna be a gore party, nice!" And I just like throw it in her face. And then Wendy, what are you doing for your?
I think when we enter, you at the same time as you throw the drugs, there an ominous jump scare noise starts playing, and it just like startles her, and then she like turns around, gets the drugs right to her face.
Yeah,
And
and,
she sees
and then
us.
as she like is breathing it in, and the DJ drugs are kicking in, and her like mind is expanding and getting ultra paranoid, I hold up the rib cage, the torso, and then I enact my horror trigger, and so it'll be like all the skin peels back and all these eyes open, and it's her own eyes. And as I peel the flesh back, it's just an assortment of twisted versions of her own face, like under the skin. And then I rip open the chest, and the ribs crack open and turn into teeth, just like mulching its own flesh, like eating its own face. And in the center is just like the jackalope, like as like the absolute horror of everything.
And I realize, while this whole ribcage thing happens, Wendy just goes, "Ring a pocket full of posies."
Oh, that's the kicker.
And then Hazel's
do it
just
every
sitting in the
time.
middle of all of this, like, what is going on? The poor little rabbit.
Oh no.
And I can't stop laughing at the fact that Gwendy, throughout all of this, just started adding to the content warnings.
Oh, yeah.
I guess in body warning.
Okay.
We
Yeah.
will
I
add
added
it to the
cannibalism.
VOD. We are so sorry, everybody.
I added cannibalism when Molly
Drugs,
first
body
started
horror,
talking.
Gore, money, guns.
Creepy children.
And then Jackalope can do its thing.
Go, Jackalope, go!
And he opens his mouth and sucks out a light from her chest.
Oh yeah.
Yay, good job, Hazel.
And it's like kind of chunky and
Yeah.
blackened, and
Nice.
he just devours it, and then
Yay.
looks at Morley and Wendy and goes, "Whiskey?"
Oh,
Just like a little burp. Just a
It's-
little burp.
it's tequila, but it'll do. And I pull out a flask.
I mean,
just
these rich
give it an
people
animal
love
sized,
whiskey.
like a drip. Just a drop. As a chaser. Alright. Wendy, you reckon that, did that do the job?
You
got her soul?
Of Alora on the ground, and she just looks up and just like, "I think so."
You're gonna see one of the houseplants in the house like bend toward the people that are still chained up and like kind of shake as if phone is saying, "Hey, you're kind of forgetting something important here."
Yeah, what are they, as I'm scraping up money, I look up at them, what are they doing?
The mist is gone from their eyes, and seeing you, the two of you, they start to scream. like first in pain, and then, what are you doing in our house? What are you doing in our house?
I pull out a gun and be like, "This is a stick up. It's a hold up. We're taking your money and stuff. Okay? Now just close your eyes. Go to sleep would be preferred, actually. Yeah, close your eyes.
Look, okay, just take whatever you want. Just
I go over and pick up Laura and just start like and just start feeding her.
God.
All right. Well, I got a couple of cash. I don't have any. I've only got 2 pockets because I don't wear any shirts. And have a good day.
It's like frantically putting all the money she can into like the pockets of her dress.
Oh no.
Can you, Wendy, kill this gun? Don't worry, it's not loaded. I don't own any bullets. He lives in a sewer. Like, it's just, what you find is what you get.
That's true.
Imagine coming back from being taken over by someone and you're sitting here and there's like a shirtless person in leather pants holding this small little child with a gun, like just sitting there eating someone else on the floor, and you're just like,
This is a stick up.
yeah, basically, and you're just sitting there like screaming for your life. And they're like, it's not as bad as it looks, and you're like, are you sure?
Are you sure?
so,
Because this looks pretty bad.
so let's do those backfire effects, shall we?
Yeah.
Good time for it.
So first, DJ Bats.
Oh.
All
Your drugs.
of the electricity around you, and therefore all of the electricity around Ariadne and Lenore and Fern in the greenhouse suddenly flickers and spurts out.
Oh no.
Shit.
It sparks, your phones go on the fritz,
Oh no.
and sparks shatter out of the light fixtures.
Do we have
Okay.
time?
I hate to ask this, but with the house being in such disrepair, does it catch fire?
I feel like this
Were you
room
not
might
in the greenhouse? It
We're-
sure would have,
Yeah.
but it's pretty damp in here.
Okay.
I was gonna say, yeah, if it starts to catch fire, if anything, literally anything catches on fire, I am taking a watering can and pouring water on it.
So if you were in any other room, it would have started a fire.
Oh my god.
Oof.
Oh, I'll have to fix that later.
I would hope so.
Ariadne, you immediately fall asleep.
Okay.
Oh my god.
And Morley, sweet Morley.
Oh dear.
Are you sure?
Are you sure about that?
What happens to Morley?
Morley, you have an awareness that when you moved through the shadows,
Oh no.
you were spotted by someone. You get a feeling of something ancient and something very violent. A presence that is known to you and has been hunting you now knows where you are and who you are. And as soon as you have that realization, you look around and realize that you are back in the sewer and you're very low to the ground. And your legs are very short.
Oh.
Interesting.
Are you
Dorothy?
Are you Dorothy?
Wendy, Morley looks at you and just
No.
goes, "Rawr! Rawr!" and then falls on all fours and starts clambering around the ground,
Oh my
nuzzling
god.
you with his nose.
Oh no. And
Morley, you
he's
and
a-
Dorothy have switched places for a day.
No.
Wait, there is an alligator in the body of a person like in that apartment?
Yeah, you've switched minds for a day.
I feel like this is going to
Oh
be
my
more traumatizing.
God.
I feel like this is going to be more traumatizing to Dorothy than it is to Morley.
I was gonna
Yeah.
say, yeah, because Dorothy's now gonna realize all the burdens that come with being a person. Like, you have to go So you have to designate a ghost
In a
alert
crime
to
scene.
pee. Yeah, like especially at a crime.
Oh, here's the question: does Morley's body get any special stuff from sucking down an elder vampire?
mean,
Blood.
It goes into the jackalope, not you.
That was a soul.
Well,
That
no,
was the
because
salt.
What about
Morley's
the
eating
blood?
some of the blood in the body.
Oh.
Yeah. What about the
Alright.
blood?
Yeah.
Trying to open
Deep
up the
vampire
vampire
lore.
Look at all the
Does
Diablo rules.
Does a vampire's powers come from its soul, or its lack of a little soul, or its gunk stuff?
You're really gonna switch bodies with an alligator and then put that alligator on speed, aren't you?
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
No shit, the drugs, not the drugs.
Not the
Morley.
alligator on drugs.
Mm-hmm.
Morley, you have gained one of her powers, and we'll find out which in the Patreon video.
Yeah.
Oh.
Cash and blank checks.
Is there so in your new form,
Uh-huh.
I'll read you the last thing that I turned to in Dracula, which was glad I made
Ooh.
the resolution. Gladder still that I kept to it.
Aw.
Oh,
And the
okay.
tarot, illustrated by Luciella Elizabeth Scarlett, is the Wheel of
Nice.
Fortune.
Yay.
Oh, okay. I know exactly what this means. More.
So how do you
I feel like.
end?
So, like, end as in die, or just?
No, how are we ending this
How
show?
are we dying?
okay.
Yes, that is the question, huh?
Well, the resolution thing is Morley's been, like, collecting stuff to make one of those circular treadmills for Dorothy. So now he's like, yes, I'm glad I made the resolution to fix that bike chain on it so it actually works. So then he just like jumps on it and kind of goes along, and it's like a wheel, like the wheel of time. And so he's like, I'll just run along, exercise, live my life until I see what else happens.
Morley, where can we find you in the real life?
I'm like, who am I? I've forgotten. Am I a dude or am I an alligator?
It's the person that was living in that house.
The alligator is coming from inside the
That happens
house.
when I play role-playing games. I'm like, am I an alligator now? Am I Morley? My DW? DW's in the house, though. Like, I'm DW. You can find me on Twitter at DW_daygone. And I do RPG stuff, writing and art. And currently have just got a bunch of scary characters in a monster compendium. I think it's called. I'm terrible with the names.
Creepy Critter
Creepy
Compendium.
Monster.
I'll drop
Creepy
it.
Critter Compendium. Yeah, I got a lot of messed up monsters, some good kind of end game dudes in there, and some just like fun and annoying critters in there. So yeah, that just dropped today. And so that's me. And I'm working on some maps for Uncaged Goddesses.
Woo.
Yeah.
So,
And I'm an alligator.
Wendy, with your new friend, Dorothy, in Morley's body, where do we leave you?
I guess I am in the sewers, and once she realizes this, she's like, she probably could get back to the house, but now it's kind of awkward because, like, she doesn't know, like, how suited to be an alligator Morley is. So I think, like, she kind of panics. I think, like, after a bit of, like, panic, she does, like, zoom back to the house and, like, tell the others that, like, Morley is now a crocodile alligator. It's very unclear what is going on to Wendy. I'm sure they'll figure it out eventually, but, you know, that's not here or there.
And where can we find you in the real life?
You can find me on Twitter at Drazillion. You can also find me in the Threeflings Discord, where I shitpost a lot. And just subject everyone to terrible puns. as I do on stream. It's just more of me, really.
DJ Bats, where do we leave you?
Well, I guess I'm still in the greenhouse. I'll probably be trying to wake up my friend, make sure that there's no fires, and make plans for the party later, the victory party.
Heck yeah. Where can we see you in the real life?
Yeah, so in the real life, you can find me on Twitter at D20xtina. I also have some creepy monsters in the Creepy Monster Compendium. You can see me here on Twitch tomorrow, actually, over on TTRPG. We're playing Monster Hearts. We're doing our finale. So I'm playing a vampire there too, because I have a type.
Hell yeah.
And then you can find me on Thursdays over at Carrying Comfort Studios playing Monster of the Week. We just started, so you haven't missed much if you want to jump in there. And then Halloween night, TTRPG is streaming a pre-recorded game of 10 Candles that I GM'd, and it was a really great time. So if you're looking for something slow burn crawly with a really unsatisfying ending where everyone dies, come check it out.
Selling this, really selling it.
I know. I mean,
boy.
unsatisfying, like, they don't live. Nobody lives.
Nobody lives
That's
in
the
10
point.
Candles. Ariadne, asleep on the ground, but knowing you succeeded, where do we leave you?
Well, I'm sleeping. Maybe I'm traveling while I'm dreaming. Who knows? It's like maybe I'll come back with the story to tell.
And where can we find you in the real life?
I am Zan Larson, and you can find me on Twitter and Instagram under Pale White Rabbit. I am an illustrator. I think I'm the only one here that's not working on goddesses. Well,
I was working on the reviews for Uncaged Goddesses, but I'm not in the actual book in any capacity.
But in any case, I think I've worked with all of these people on something. So support them. They are all fantastic people. And I also have... Oh yes, the tarot deck. One of my favorite illustrations is in the tarot deck. It's the Firebird as the Hanged Man.
And let's see, our plant person, Fern. Where do we leave you? There's sparks flying in your greenhouse.
Oh, I am most definitely at this point trying to spritz at the fire with my little plant mister, trying to make sure that they don't set any of the babies on fire. And also, if any of the sparks land on the bodies of my friends, I am also spritzing them with the plant mister.
Spritzing with electricity is the best combo, but...
I mean, there's sparks. It's not like it's an active live wire.
That's
I'm not
true.
squirting at it.
Who are you? Where can we find you in the real life?
I am Ink. You can find me on Twitter at These Dead Pens. That's mostly where I am. I meme and scream. I do a lot of stuff. This weekend, I'm saying, hey, maybe keep an eye on yourself. Be kind. Be cautious. Keep washing your hands. Keep wearing your mask. I am working with a lot of these wonderful people on Uncaged Goddesses. I am also working on Unbreakable, the Unbreakable anthology, featuring art, stories, and editing and creativity by all kinds of Asian creators. I'm just doing stuff, and I am very thankful that we got to do this.
Sure. What are you doing? Your hex worked, you know this succeeded, but now there's sparks everywhere and one of your friends is asleep.
I think
Just casually.
they definitely have a moment where they're just like, oh my god, Ariadne is dead! And like, have a very dramatic like, it's so tragic, no! Like, fall on her body, and then it was like, oh, she's breathing. She's fine. And just, kind of, goes like, I'm gonna wait outside where it's not humid and nobody's spraying me with water. DJ Bats, if you could fix my phone when you get a chance, that'd be appreciated. Thank you. And in the future, in a couple years, I'll revisit the conversation about whether I want to be a vampire also or not. But for now, we have calculus
Real
homework.
life, Who are you? Where can we find you in the real life?
I'm Gwendy B all over the internet, and you can find me ostensibly on Twitter, where I post art sometimes, but mostly it's just Goddesses updates, because Uncaged Goddesses is happening, it is on schedule, and I am in charge of it somehow. This is a little bit facetious. There's an admin team who's doing actual work, and then I'm the face of the project. But it is...
Glad you're doing actual work. Don't be mean to yourself.
you are.
But we are in the home stretch of making stuff, so it's coming out early 2022, on track to, be published in a timely manner, which is awesome. And I'm very excited for everyone to get to see all the stuff in it. It's gonna be so good. But yeah, that's my update.
Yay!
Yeah, thank you so much for joining us. I'm Jess. You're Dracula Master tonight. I wrote this game. You can go buy it if you want. It's called Oops All Draculas, and it's a spin-off of The Coven of the End of the Lane, which you can also buy and is linked there. We're gonna go shoot our behind the scenes Patreon video. If you want to support us there and see cool videos, you can do that by joining our Patreon. I'm also in the Creepy Monster Compendium, which came out today, as well as Major Arcana. I wrote an adventure based on the moon, which uses tarot. So if you like hags, you liked The Wicker Man, you liked Midsummer, and you were like, dang, I really wish D&D had more like pig chasing and bread eating contests, this is the adventure for you. Pick that up. It has everything. So we're gonna go do a raid now. Thank you so much for joining us for our Halloween spooktacular. And we hope to see you next week when we will be back to our regularly scheduled Threeflings. We are running Quest for the Muses Wrath by Margaret Maynard. Have a great Friday, everybody. Take care and happy Halloween!
Happy Halloween!
Yeah.
Thank you, everybody!
Bye!
Right.